What's up, guys? Edrone here. We are back, guys, with Ascended Sunday with special guest DaJuiceManFPV. Real quick, welcoming. We got drone shots in the house. Good to see you as always. We got Steve-O, Windjumpy FPV. What's up? We got Oso FPV, like that name as well. We got my man Saggy Balls. What's up? Technique FPV in the house. We got my man, that guy, Grand. We got Matty D FPV finally tuning in to the stream. That's awesome, man. So glad to have you live. We also got 4FPV. We got Flexo 3D. Man, awesome love in the house tonight. Steve-O, what's up as well? We got my man, that guy, Fly in the house. Good to see you, Derek. We got Rusty Signal FPV, Day One Adventures, Smoky Thumb FPV, Lambo Drives Zambo. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I know I sure did. It's been a great, crazy, fun, busy weekend with lots of things going on. And I hope you all got some time to spend with your families. And hopefully you got some time to spend with them hobbies as well, you know. Maybe you got to send some packs. And, yo, what's up, Maddie's Drone World in the house. What's up? Good to see you, Maddie. Yep, we're going to have an awesome show in store tonight, so I can't wait to share it with you. And without further ado, please welcome in our special guest of the night, DaJuiceManFPV.
Hey, I'm more than an honorable mention. When I do it, I swing for the fences. You gon' show me your fucking potential. Separate me from those who pretended. Tell me who can y'all blame now? When I show them that we not the same now. And you know we bout to go up. Every time, every touchdown. I got my foot on the pedal. Get your weight up, cause I'm heavy metal. Pull the strings in this game, I'm the pedal. Turn me up, yeah, I'm changing the level.
We can never finish last. Yeah, we got it in the bag. Got a different drive. You know that legends never die.
Cause we come alive.
Legends never die. Legends never die. Legends never die.
There he is, the Juice Man.
It's a better intro than I've ever made. Appreciate that.
Hey, all I did was put together some of your awesome, fantastic flying, and man, welcome to the show.
Man, thanks for having me. Seriously, truly appreciate it.
Man, I'm so happy to have you, and man, just such energy on the sticks, man. When I watch your footage, man, I just get pumped because you've got that fast, you know, balls to the wall, fly by the seat of your pants style, and I dig it, man. I definitely dig it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think it's over time, I just keep cranking the camera tilt up, and whenever I get a little bored, just let's go a little more camera tilt, and that kind of does it for me, and I get go a little quicker. same tricks, but just a little faster.
It doesn't seem like there's much slowing you down. That is for sure. Hey, welcome in, sweetheart. Thank you so much for stopping in, my lovely fiance, Miss Rebecca Adams. Always showing that support, man. I love my family.
Need that.
And they're so supportive of, you know, me doing the show and everything. So I couldn't ask for a better family. We had an awesome Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, man? How was your holidays?
Oh man, it's been wild a couple of weeks. You know, I just got back from Indonesia, so we went on vacation, and 13-hour difference. Landed here, jet lagged, and man, first night I already missed the place though, man. It was like 80, 90 degrees there. Land here, it's like 40 degrees. So just the weather change has been giving me a little cold, and then just I'm almost nocturnal at this point, trying to get back on a regular sleeping schedule. It's been the first night we were just up. I think I slept till about midnight, and it was up till about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So I dozed off again. Just and we haven't been getting any sun at all out here too. It's like, where is the sun? I need my vitamin D. I don't know what's going on. But Thanksgiving, came back home a couple days till Thanksgiving, and it was nice to get some home cooking again, you know. And I love the food in Indo, but it's a lot of fried rices and stuff. It was nice to get just a good, like some collards, get some some mac and cheese. Those nice to fill my belly up. Should have weighed myself before and after because I'm sure I put on about 3-4 pounds that Thursday night.
You got that comfort food right here. You know it's
Oh,
going to be keeping you comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Always
Warms
got the
the soul.
comfort food at home, that's for sure.
Oh yes. Nothing like it.
Absolutely, man. Hey, welcome in, Double A. Good to see you as well, brother. Thank you so much for stopping in, brother. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. What's up, J-Bo FPV?
J-Bo.
Good to see you as well.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, 13-hour difference. Wow, that must have been something. That must have been something.
Yeah, because it's. I tried to invite some people to this, but I was like, it's going to be 8 a.m. over there, like in Jakarta, like 7 a.m. Might be a little early for those guys to be jumping on YouTube.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so,
my Bali Indo family's on here, man. Thanks for rolling through.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, we actually met in person at the Minefield 4.0.
Yeah,
with it was 4.0, right? I think so.
Yeah, because Castle Crash was 2. Yeah.
4.0. I almost had to recall there, but I was almost sure it was 4.0 over in Tennessee and Brownsville. And man, I noticed you immediately because man, you draw a crowd when you come out to fly FPV. You could just see all people crowded around you, watching what you're doing in your goggles, and people got their goggles watching what you're flying. and the energy was there. I could feel your energy, and you've got such a positive, energy with you.
Gotta keep it positive.
After being able to spend a little bit of time with you there and fly some packs, I knew I just had to have you on the show and share some of that good energy as well.
It's awesome, and I really is like I got to thank the guys I fly with out here in Atlanta. Just really lucky out here in Atlanta. We got a lot of real like rippers out here. I'd say the first few months and shout out to Rusty Signal. I saw him in the chat here too, because Rusty Signal is kind of the one that introduced me to the whole gang, to the whole Heathen gang, and kind of really put me on with the guys. Up until meeting him, I really was flying like a wuss. I was out there just trying not to crash. Then my first rip with Rusty, first pack, he just sends it to the moon, hitting dive gaps, crashing in the ground, laughing he has his crazy Joker laugh when he crashed. So it really changed my whole mindset and how I should be approaching my flying, where it's just like, man, go out there and like send it, just try to break your quad. That should be the goal. And then that's helped my progress the most. It's just shout out to Heathens, J-Bo when he comes in town. It's just like, but yeah, they shift my whole mindset as to how I should be approaching this. Don't worry about crashing. Try to crash. That might be the coolest thing you do today.
So Rusty Signal definitely was some inspiration for you, I'd say.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure, dude.
That's what's up, man. Heck
also,
yeah.
He's like my OG in FPV.
Ready for a full send. Oh, yeah. Rick James with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that.
Love, appreciate it.
Making it rain up in here. Thank you so much for the support. Really do appreciate it. Getting Carlton to his feet tonight. When the super chats come in, it goes right back out in the community, guys, for giveaways. So thank you so much. Couldn't do it without you. And wow, yeah. So let's back up a little bit, and I want to talk about your journey and how it all got started for you, Charles. How did you get started with FPV?
Okay, so Christmas 2021, my fiance, she got me a little DJI mini drone, and then I thought it was cool for like 2 weeks, and then because I was trying, you're kind of limited to 25-degree angle or whatever, limited on speed. And I was just like, I swear I've seen videos where people are flipping drones. So I literally Googled, like, how do you make your drone flip? And then it led me to like a Ladrib video. I remember the first freestyle video was the Ladrib Underground. I don't know if you know that one, at the underground spot, which I was lucky enough to rip when I went down to Orlando. But it had like 400,000 views, and I was just like, see, that's the type of drone I want to fly. And then it led me to like, bar roll videos. But I thought at that point, so January 2022, I decided, okay, I need a FPV drone. But I thought the only way in was to build them. So I built my very first 5-inch, which I still have pictures of, because it looks so goofy. It had this huge Mr. Croc frame with a little 20x20. I didn't know what I was ordering. I had no idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, and I'm just watching videos. I don't even know how to solder. I don't know how it even held together. I mean, I really didn't expect it to fly, but when it did, that was super rewarding. So January, built my quad. February, I was still waiting on goggles, so I had like a quad pretty much ready to go. I'm in my backyard trying to line of sight it. I actually broke it line of sight before I even threw goggles on. So I had to go back, and so I got really good at building quads before I learned how to fly, which
That's a
helped my
good thing.
confidence. Which helped my confidence because I knew I could fix anything I destroyed on the thing.
Right. Yeah.
And then yeah, so I think, and then I didn't have at that point I didn't really have a good computer, so I couldn't sim, so I had to trial by fire. I had to learn how to fly the hard way. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It was a lot of days where I'm coming home holding my quad, just fighting tears, telling myself, Charles, you're a grown man. You're not about to cry about your toy, you know? But just that frustration of me sitting at the house building it for like back then, a build would take me like a week and a half. And then this happened to me. This is what personal experience. I spent a week and a half on the build, went out to the parking lot, took off about a minute into the pack. I try a split S, and then I get all disoriented, smack into the ground, and fried my stack. And then so a week and a half of work, and then 1 minute and a half of flight, and it was back to the drawing board, back to rebuilding, back to ordering more parts. So that was one of those devastating experiences. But it made me really appreciate the grind, really appreciate, and as far as working through and figuring things out, I learned real quick about when the 5-volt rail goes out on you on a flight controller, how to get the multimeter out and see what's going on with the ESC, replacing MOSFETs and stuff like that to fix ESCs, because I got a graveyard full of those things, 4-in-1 ESCs. But I think through that struggle is what really made it interesting for me. It's kind of like, man, this is hard to do. So first few months had that little trial and error. Finally got a setup that kind of worked. Rusty, found him like on Facebook, because I was watching his videos. I was like, I know those spots. Like when he was at the theater, I was like, I know where that. Like this guy's got to be local. Reached out to him, and then he brought me out, and then I mean the rest is history. He put me with the Heathens. So shout out Squints, Black Beard. I want to mess it up like Steele did. Blackwell, Adam Blackwell. Jabo, Renee, like, so flying with those guys. And I don't know if you know Squints, he's out, he's balls to the wall. It's full send every pack. Blackbeard, I mean, same deal. Like these guys they're out there. Nobody's just tiptoeing around. Even if it's the first time ripping their first pack, just send it and try to figure it out. And shifting my mindset to that and just not caring, making sure I have multiple quads, because if I go out ripping with them on a Sunday, something's coming home in pieces, But I mean, that really helped my progression the most, dude.
I mean, surrounding yourself with other people that are in the hobby, especially if they're a little bit further than you as far as their skill set, is a great way to progress in the hobby very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you had the confidence, that you knew how to repair, you knew how to diagnose and work on your quads, that says a lot. That honestly, for me, was game changing as well. When I made the step from, going from a bind and fly drone to kind of learning, a little bit like what the experience of flight was, to actually building my own first quad, taking the time, soldering it, doing all the research, going down the deep rabbit hole of FPV and figuring out what all these things do and what they mean. That does give you that confidence to push harder. And then I think, once we come home and have those days where we're holding our quadcopter in 10 different pieces and we're holding back the tears, it's those moments that make you just want to perform that much better, to be that much more precise, when you hit the trick next time, and that much more confident when you go into the gap. And it's those moments that I think push us to the next level with FPV.
Absolutely, I agree totally. It's one of those, and it's now it's almost like therapy for me. Like sometimes I'm disappointed if I come home and I don't have nothing to repair or tweak, because you're constantly trying to find that Goldilocks setup as far as your quad goes. It's just like, so every day of flying and how it breaks is a learning experience. It's just like, okay, maybe I'll do my ESC 180 degrees, keep my XC. You kind of learn a little something with each flight until I get a setup where, okay, at least for my style, this is going to be the most robust and kind of what's going to. But I've gotten to a point now where it's just some days I do come home and I have nothing to fix, and then I have this like itch I can't scratch. It's just like, do I start another build? Do I tweak another quad. I kind of miss those days where it was catastrophic failure every flight, where I could kind of start from scratch and really, because every build, every kind of repair, it's a learning experience, you know what I mean? And half of the fun for me is the quad itself, is really kind of getting into the frames, the different flight characters. How, I know I'm a squashed X guy as far as arm configuration goes. Now it's through trial and error, like the Nazguls are like true X. I mean, they're great frames. I mean, almost impossible to destroy, but just the flight characteristics just aren't my preference. Now, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I know my preference. I know FedTech or KISS is like what I like to fly as far as firmware goes. Been off of beta flight for probably about a year now. But yeah, it's just, but all that's been through trial and error. It's just, you can't really take anybody else's word on it. Just got to try a bunch of different stuff. Unfortunately, that's the only real way to learn what's going to work for you. You just got to try it out, man. It's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite thing about FPV too.
Yeah. And then there's also like the whole hobby of like, YouTube as well, and like sharing what you're doing and learning how to edit and how to post and how to create and keep things interesting. So that kept me intrigued as well in the hobby. The camera settings, getting the cameras all dialed in, learning about the camera and the different settings. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that keeps you busy. And, I am one of those people where I love the build process the most. I enjoy nothing more than sitting at my desk and building a brand new quadcopter from parts. Just brand new parts laid out on the table. Let's go. Let's start to create this beautiful, flying robot. Yeah. However, I really don't like repairs. I find repairs to be super annoying. I don't know why. But to this day, I hate repairing things. I hate taking things apart once I've already built them. I guess because I've already built it, so I've kind of like already know what's going on. Now it's just becoming redundant when I have to take things apart. Yeah. But yeah, having multiple quadcopters is definitely a good way to keep you with plenty to keep you busy for fixing things and replacing things and tuning and all that. So that's also something that can keep you busy as well. Oh, hey, we got John Coopy in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you, John.
What's up, John?
Yeah, John was out the minefield as well, so we all got to meet him and fly some packs with John as well. So that was really cool. Hey, we got Glenn Edwards in the house. Good to see you, Glenn. We got my man Ironsmith Industries. Welcome in. Good to see you guys. Sorry if I missed you. So when you're flying on the sticks, Charles, when you're flying FPV, now we might have seen from the intro video, but for those of you who may have not have seen, when you fly an FPV on the sticks, are you a pincher, a thumber, or a hybrid flyer?
Pincher. The pincher for sure.
Pincher. Got the controls on lock there.
Yeah, no, I mean, they just felt natural right away. Actually, over time, I started on the QX7 rated the Tyrannus, which was a nice size for me. I just kind of, I just broke a few switches. I mean, they still work. And then I went to the Zorro, but I think for my pinching style was a little too small for my hands. But the Boxer right now, that's what I'm rocking now. Just fits the hand perfect. My pinching, I guess, maybe a little bit of hybrid every now and then. My fingers might slide over a bit, but yeah, pinching for sure. I've tried thumbing. I was like, this is not gonna work. I just feel like I have no control.
I got a special banner I made just for you, man. Just for you, scrolling down the bottom there to give you a warm welcome in the house.
Thanks. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. Well, we got definitely so much to talk about tonight, and definitely more to come. Real quick, guys, if you haven't checked him out, go down in the video description. I've got the link to Charles's channel, DaJuiceManFPV. He's got plenty of juice to spare, let me tell you. Juicy on the sticks, balls to the wall. If you like that roller coaster ride of FPV where you just never know where the quad's going to go next, you're going to want to check out his channel because he's got some awesome content, some awesome flying. And I think somebody actually posted your link to your channel. Yeah, Windjumby posted a link to your channel in the live chat as well. Make sure you show that love, guys. Show some support. Charles would greatly appreciate that. And if you're
Absolutely,
new
guys.
here, welcome. I'm glad to have you as well. If you check out my channel as well, I'd greatly appreciate that. Try to keep the content coming as well. And if you can smash the like button, definitely helps out with the algorithm, especially nowadays when us poor drone content creators are struggling to even be seen amongst the
Yeah.
millions of videos that are out here on YouTube.
Yeah.
For us poor drone guys, it's such a niche hobby. We could definitely use the likes, so greatly appreciate it, guys. What do you say we get into the first giveaway of the night? I think you guys probably wouldn't argue with me if I said, let's go ahead and do a giveaway for our U.S. viewers. If you're in the U.S., you're going to have a chance to win here. And if you're international, don't be upset. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a special giveaway for you guys towards the later half of the stream. And what I'd like to give away tonight for this giveaway is a set of slap and straps, custom Kevlar edrone lipo straps here. They're going to keep you in the air for longer. These guys are very durable, extremely well made. One-piece metal buckle as well. Kevlar stitched, Kevlar made straps here. And they come in the nice edrone blue as well. So I'd like to go ahead and do 2 of those, and some slaps to go, or some slaps to go along with it. We'll throw in some edrone slaps if I can find my picture. I know it's in here. I showed Charles earlier. There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll throw in some edrone slaps as well. All right. So what you're going to need to do is hey, what's up, Robert? Good to see you, man. Snap Garrett. Oh, and Snap Garrett was the winner by choice of the last monthly challenge, the One Chase Challenge. Robert won that and got himself a brand new Fly High FPV Hoda D6 Pro charger that's on his shelf. So monthly contest is going on right now, so make sure you check out my my community tab, and on the Discord server you can find out all the information for that. Links all in the description. All right, let me go ahead and get ready for the giveaway here. I'm going to get the hashtag pulled up, and you know what it's going to be. It's going to be something to do. We're going to put in the hashtag right now, and I'll pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it. USA giveaway time, guys. Let's get it on. Here we go. Hashtag DaJuice.
Let's get it.
There you go. Put it in now, guys. Hashtag DaJuice. Spell it just like you see it. If you're in the U.S., DaJuice. If you want to get a chance to win the straps, you got to type it in DaJuice. Yeah, so while we get the entries in, let's talk about the name, right? Like how did you come up with the name? How did all that kind of come to be about?
So it's funny, like a lot of people think it's drum related, but it's been a nickname since high school. So my full name is
cool.
My name is Charles Sajous, like Sajous is my last name. And like back in high school, like my football coach was, I was butcher it, so they always get Sajous juice, and then it just then over time it was like juice man, and then it was just like, oh yeah, that's the juice man, you know. So a lot of my high school
that's
buddies
cool, man. I totally thought, just like everybody else, that it was FPV related with your juicy flying.
No, it's actually I've had that nickname for a while, so it just kind of worked out with FPV. It's kind of heaven sent. I don't know, just kind of that's why it just fits perfect. But yeah, most people just assume that it's like, man, you do fly with a lot of juice. It's like, yeah, thanks, but yeah, it comes from something. But yeah,
that's awesome, man. I'm so glad I asked that question, because that's a really cool, unique story about that name. So that's actually goes along with your last name, and that became your nickname in school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, Jabo says same. He had the nickname since high school, man. Awesome.
It's one of those that stuck.
Well, if you guys are in the U.S., you got to type it in, hashtag DaJuice, for a chance to win a set of edrone Kevlar lipo straps and slaps.
Nice.
So get them in, guys. Get them in. We're going to get ready to go ahead and draw a winner. Yes, indeedy. All right. And these straps are good for all 4S packs, pretty much, and most 6S packs. I found that the larger 6S packs, I would say 1500 milliamp and above, they will work on those, but they're a little bit small for that size of a pack. But for most of the packs that we run freestyle, these will do you in just right. Hey, welcome in, Joe MCK. What's up? He said, "I'm glad your name has nothing to do with OJ."
OJ,
All right. Had to do the drum roll on that one. All right, guys. We got 23 entries. Good luck, everybody. Let's go ahead and roll it. Hey, congratulations to Fuse FPV.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, man, congratulations. You have won the edrone custom Kevlar lipo straps. Congratulations, man. Woohoo. All right. And all you need to do to claim your prize, my friend, is send me an email at emarvel09@gmail.com with your shipping information, and I will get that shipped out to you this week. Now, I can't guarantee when they'll get to you. And matter of fact, I don't know. Lambo, your straps went out, but they got delayed. And I've noticed that the shipping has started to do that thing that does once a year where stuff starts getting slower and slower. You know, it's that time of the year. People are ordering gifts and stuff, and with all the increase in mail this time of the year, stuff's going to take a little bit longer. So we'll get it out to you as soon as we can, and hopefully everybody receives their stuff in due time. All right. Back to the show. Let me go ahead and get back to the show here. And yeah, I want to talk about what's up and coming for your channel. What's some aspirations that you have for your channel? You got a really good following, and what's the plans moving forward?
Moving forward, trying to adopt more of that vlog style. Kind of be just more personal to the audience. Kind of just appreciate the audience. So I just want to more tutorial videos, more just in front of the camera and stuff, hiding behind it like I like to do. It's been taking some practice just to get used to, like, I struggled. I mean, first time trying to do the whole vlog thing, I struggled just to introduce myself. I was like brain freeze, like who am I? I had identity crisis in that moment. But so just trying to get more of that, more kind of the behind the scenes stuff too, just to make a 3-minute freestyle video, more of those fail compilations to let them know it doesn't all go well. There's a lot of crashing to get a nice 3-minute little pack, and those little 1 packs, sometimes it takes a little while, and then
Sure.
more of the traveling too. One thing I try to do with my page, I focus on is just not trying to fly the same spots too often, or like I'll have a few I put in rotation, but I try to mix it up with the locations, so at least that doesn't get stale. Even if I'm flying, could be vanilla, but sometimes the location does all the heavy lifting. So I want to have more of that. I got a lot of editing to do, I probably got a couple hours to go through from just my recent trip to Indonesia, the Pink Beach. I didn't fly Komodo Island, but got to hang out with some Komodo dragons. So I might throw that some B-roll stuff, and that was an experience.
And did you bring your quads with you?
Yeah, I brought a quad. Yeah, so I got some flying in out there, man. And,
nice.
Dude, Jakarta, Indonesia got a lot of rippers, man. They're all about freestyle up there, man. I went out with them one day, and I show up, it's like 15 guys ready to rip. We had a blast, man. It was nothing but love out there. I mean, just great people, great vibes. And then flew an hour south to Bali. They have more of the cinematic guys because on the cinematic end, it's just you just point the camera and then you just look around. It's surreal for a lot of the stuff you see out there. It's just
Oh yeah,
waterfalls.
yeah.
Yeah, you could
How
really,
was like traveling with your FPV gear like internationally, like going through the airport process? Any things that would help someone who may want to bring some quads, you know, maybe when they go to Cancun?
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I actually plan on making a video about that as well because I get that
Yeah.
question a lot. Well, number one, the quad itself, I would keep carry your quad and then your packs. You definitely want to keep your lipos on your carry-on bag. Keep them in a nice lipo bag. It's best to have them with the caps on them if you have those. Not necessary. I did without it, but it's just keep it on your carry-on. Now your tools you're gonna want to keep in your like your checked-in bag because
Okay.
our
Yeah.
tools is where you're gonna get all the pokey, stabby, slicey things that they'll take away from you at the airport if they see you trying to get on into the cabin with those things. That might get some pause at the airport. Take the props off of the drone. Keep it on your carry-on. I keep it on the outside of the bag. Props off, and really, they've never even asked a question about the drone itself. You get some strange
So
looks.
pretty much the same whether you're traveling domestic versus international as far as the drones are concerned.
Yeah, they don't really
Okay.
care. Yeah,
That's
only the
good to
lipo.
know. I didn't know if they had any like restrictions on like the size of the lipos or how many when you're taking them outside the U.S. But that's really good information to know for sure.
Yeah, because I had to even on this trip, I had to go through security in Istanbul with a layover, go through security in Indonesia itself, and I've gone to Dominican Republic with it, and never had issues with
Oh,
the
that's
quad
awesome to hear.
Yeah,
That's great to hear.
only thing that came up one time in my backpack, I forgot I had like a 2.5 mil hex screwdriver in it, and Istanbul they took it from me. I was like, oh, it should have been in my. I knew it should have been in my suitcase, but I just forgot I used it and threw it into my backpack instead of using it in my. So maybe they thought I was going to take the plane down with a 2.5 inch hex. I don't know.
Yeah, honest mistake, and you can't blame them for being too cautious on
Exactly.
the
I'd rather
safety.
than be
So
too cautious and just letting everybody. Oh, you got a firearm? No problem. Go have fun.
yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Drone Life RC? Welcome in. Excellent, man. Well, let's go ahead and transition. I want to talk about, and I'm sure everybody is also very curious to talk about your setups, man. Like, cause you've shown some bashing and some thrashing, and you talk about a lot of crashing. So you would be a prime person to be able to talk to about what is some solid gear that you've been running that's been working for you, that's been able to, pass your durability check.
Man, I'm quad muler all day now, man. The quad muler, the split mini 5-inch, it just works. I like, and me like so a lot of guys, I feel like they focus too much on durability and less on the flight characteristics. If you have a quad that flies better, you gotta be more confident, and you're probably gonna crash less, even if you're sending it balls to the wall. I like to lean on a lighter quad. So even running my GoPro, so the split mini, the frame's about 90 grams. Even though, so to compare, not to say one's better than like a bot grinder, the Demi bot with those thick, people be like, oh, it's so robust, but that's still more mass you have in the air. You know what I mean? So me dropping 20 feet and smacking the ground is going to be way less intense than you with that big chunky thing hitting the ground. So it's kind of like you find that sweet spot where it feels light in the hands, feels like I'm in control, helps my confidence, and that lighter rig I could just send it hard. Now, mind you, I break arms. I could break an arm, on the quad, and those I come to expect. I always have spare arms, bottom plates even now smashed up, but I've done that on any frame I've tried. Right? I could break. Try me. You send me a quad, I promise you I could break it. But so.
They're all going to break at some point. As a matter of fact, they're usually designed to break in certain areas.
Yeah.
That way it protects, the most valuable part of the quad, which is your stack. Everything inside the stack, that's your most valuable possession. So that's what you need the most protection from. So arms breaking, designed to do that because, the arms are relatively cheap usually. You can swap them out easily if they're individual arms. And motors, obviously, the same thing. You know, you're gonna break
Sorry
motors
about
and
that.
props and arms more than anything else because that's everything that's outside of the frame, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is this
So, what are you running for like motors, props?
motors? Now my main quad, I love the slats, the T motor slats. They just can take a beating. As far as for like the proxy freestyle stuff, I like to lean on the lower kV, like so the slats are 1700 kV for 6S. That's kind of on the low end, but and 2306, but it gives me so much throttle resolution. I just feel like I have so much control, and that's generally what I'm looking for. Is just like what gives me that confident feeling, like I'm in control of every movement on this quad. Sometimes you start getting to that 2000. Now, mind you, on the flip side, I do have another quad wheel. I'm running the T motor or the Pacers V3s, the 2080 kV, which I love too. But that's when it's a different vibe. That's usually if I'm like a big field, if I want to kind of try to spang it up or just going for bigger sends. I like it to have that quad. So having different setup for what you're about to get into. My chase rig is the full size when I'm chasing drift. That's I'm running now the Velux V3s 1950 kV on the full size quad wheeler frame, and it kind of has this drift characteristic to the quad itself, and it kind of helps me lock in with the cars. It just feels real smooth. My biggest thing is I love smoothness. Anything that's smooth, I got the throttle resolution I need to I could go fast, but I could also set it down on top of my mailbox. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of juice, welcome in Vitrifly.
Vitrifly, what's up? Yeah.
What's up, Robert? Good to see you, brother. Another amazing juicy pilot as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you check him out, man. Can't say enough good things about Robert.
Mhm.
Had him on the show as well.
And thanks to him, I think I still have a couple of rigs using his Thingiverse 3D print files for my GoPros and stuff. If you guys haven't seen his I mean, I call him artwork because I mean he really goes in on these 3D prints, man. I dig it.
Yo, yeah, extremely talented. You know, there's so many artistic and talented people in this hobby. It just blows my mind. I've seen so many creative things. And it just keeps pushing the hobby to get better and better. You know, we just keep getting more cool stuff, more creative things. That way, it doesn't become stagnant. You know, you just see the same things over and over again. Absolutely, man. Well, I have a very interesting question for you.
Okay.
What I'd like to know is between freestyle, chasing, drift cars, stuff like that, cinematic flying, DJI stuff, maybe some long range stuff. What's your favorite type of FPV? If you could only pick one type of FPV to do, what would it be?
It definitely would be freestyle because freestyle is when you get the boys out, you get the gang out together. Freestyles where like cinematic guys tend to be kind of loners, right? They're kind of going long range, they're locked in, focus. Well, of course, the long range guys, but the freestyle that's what gets the gang out together. That's when I'm gonna have Rusty yelling, "Do something cool," and then dive into the ground or something. But it's just freestyle is what really makes it. And through freestyle, you can learn all those different disciplines, anyways. But I like the camaraderie. That's what kind of makes this community awesome. I love the community, really. You show up, you just sending out a text like, "Hey, we're ripping here," and then everybody shows up. We're on the same page. We're out there to just send it as hard as we can, just trying to get better and just have a good time. So yeah, definite answer would be freestyle for sure.
Yeah, I feel like freestyle for me, I feel like it's that creative way of showing, your own individuality when it comes to FPV. And there's freestyle is a very good way to do that because, although I've seen people that fly similar, there's really no two people that fly exactly the same. Like everybody has that little bit of difference or a lot of difference when it comes to their style and how they fly, how they present themselves, how they produce the content and share that content as well. So I feel like, it's just, I think it's one of the most creative ways to showcase your talents and your individuality. I do enjoy chasing. I really it's a whole different like feeling to me.
Yep.
When I do, you know, chasing FPV versus freestyle, it's just a completely different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the chasing, but I feel like at times it can start to feel more repetitive
Yep.
than the freestyle to me as flying it.
No, I
Now,
agree.
I don't know if the footage might be more interesting to watch chase footage versus freestyle footage.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as actually being the pilot, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the freestyle, just to me, it doesn't really ever get old.
Exactly.
You
Because
know?
every day of freestyle, you could try to do something
Yeah.
different, you know. And I've tried to introduce new things into some of the drift chasing, just because like the same issue, it starts getting a little stale and boring. So like actually last weekend, I was trying to initiate my chases with like a juicy flick and roll and getting behind the car and trying to do little different things to, you know, do something different with it. But most of that was coming from, I was just kind of bored, just staying on the tail end. I was just like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like you almost want to do something like just different, you know, because we've already seen so many people do,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the similar thing, and it
And do
gets
it
to a
well too.
point where
You
it's
know,
like,
you've
well, if
seen it
we're
done
all
really
doing
great.
the same thing, when is it going to kind of start getting repetitive
Mm-hmm.
and less creative, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I think, where I will always just have a more of a passion and more of a liking for freestyle myself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
over any other type of FPV. I've
Mm-hmm.
done some of the cinematic stuff as well, you know, some one shots and stuff like that. And I enjoy it, but it just doesn't feel as free and like stress relieving,
Yeah.
and just like, I don't know. When I fly FPV freestyle, I just feel like I'm free. My mind is free. You know, I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you're doing something like a one shot or a chase, you're kind of like pushing yourself to, like, you know, get it locked in exactly where it needs to be, and that can be stressful sometimes. You know, that can
Yep.
kind of create more of a stress on you as a pilot.
For sure. For sure. I'd
Hey,
say
what's up, Johnny DRC? Welcome
Johnny
in.
D. I'd say, you know, cinematic, you know, chasing, that stuff could like feed your pockets, but freestyle feeds my soul. You know, that's like
Very
freestyle
well
stuff.
said. Very
That's
well said.
usually that's what I'm doing. I'm if I'm having a flying just to have a good time. Because the drift events, a lot of those guys, they'll come to you from the pits like, you got any clips, and we can work out a deal, make it a few shekels out there with those guys. But freestyle is just, man, that's just all love. That's just me just feeding my heart, feeding my soul, and just coming home with a big broken parts and a big smile on my face. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I definitely can feel that as well, Rick James. Yeah. Finding the locations to keep it interesting for yourself, to not get repetitive flying the same places.
Mhm.
And that's kind of where, if I kind of run stagnant on places, then I start pushing myself harder. Like, okay, well, if I can't fly, you know, this amazing location, and I have to go somewhere I've been before, well, now I really got to step it up. Right now, I need to do something more creative, you know, more challenging to make the footage, you know, even better.
And here, a lot of us, we're not afraid to hit the road neither. So I mean, like sometimes Sundays we're going to Bama. That's like a 2.5 hour drive to get to the spot. You know, kind of planned out, but it's something to look forward to. Like Sunday we're hitting the Alabama bandos, going. I mean, even a lot of these events, like even Minefield, I think that was like a 5 hour drive. I think the day after that, I was in Mid Pond, a drift event in Alabama. That was 3 hours. So just me, I'm just not afraid to go to wherever the action's at. You know, just if it
Yeah.
get a little bored out here, just like fill up the tank and let's find somewhere else.
It's adventure, right?
Yeah.
That's part of it. It's so cool,
Mhm.
you know. It's like the unknown, you know, the adventure to
Exactly.
go to a new spot where you've never been, and find, you know, find a place and do the research, and be able to get there and do the flight, you know. That's
Sometimes
awesome, man.
just to even get to the spot, it's like, okay, you're gonna park here. You're gonna see a break in the fence over there. So go through the break in the fence. Now you're gonna go through this dark. It's just like it's like this sketchy little just to get, and then you end up at the spot. But just sometimes the journey is half the fun.
Yeah, if you think about it, you know, FPV is like kind of like two hobbies mixed in one. Like as far as like abandoned exploration and
Mm-hmm.
FPV, like
Yeah.
you're kind of getting and dabbling to both of those hobbies. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
there's an aspect of abandoned exploration. Like you need to know information about a spot to be able to successfully go there,
Yeah.
fly it, get your stuff back, not get in
Mm-hmm.
trouble, kind of thing. You got to do
Mm-hmm.
your homework. You know, you got to put
Yeah.
research, you got to put time in, and
A lot of time on Google
I love
Maps.
bandos. Bandos are my favorite place to fly,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
some brandos too.
Yeah. But bandos is just, it's always nice to know the only thing that you're putting at risk is your quad. You
Yeah,
know, like I hate when there's too many people around. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Like I don't want, and you don't want to destroy somebody else's nice piece of property. But like a bando, somebody nothing's worried about. You know, you could fly in and quad could explode inside, and it wouldn't be an issue. So that's always
exactly.
Yeah.
And usually at the bandos, you don't have to worry about a bunch of people as well. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because as FPV pilots, we don't really like to tend to fly areas where there's lots of people around.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be safe. We want to be cautious. We want to make sure that while we're doing our flight, we're not going to run into anybody, you know, unexpectedly. And bandos
Yeah.
are usually good places where you won't have lots of people. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, you know, if you go to an office park or maybe even a brando, you know, you might have construction workers roll up on you if they're going to work
Mm-hmm.
that day. And then, you know, if you go to sometime office parks, you'll still have people, you know, maybe cleaning or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think, honestly, that the Bandos is the number one prime location for us with FPV. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's the best place we
Mm-hmm.
can go to enjoy our hobby without having to worry about, you know, harming anybody or
Mm-hmm.
property.
And bandos, you can kind of create new features. You know, like I said, nobody's worried about it, so there's a gap. You need just this window feels open, creates a perfect gap. Hey, let's bust it out. Nobody's gonna worry about it. It's like it really is an FPV playground. You just really go in and you move things around if you want. It's like set this table up and come up with weird, dumb ideas usually, but we all love the set. It's really like looking at the playground and be like, all right, how crazy can we get?
Exactly. Well, let's talk about FPV, man. I think I'm ready to switch it over, and me and Charles are going to watch your guys' community
Yeah, let's see what you guys are
standouts
cooking up.
that you guys have been posting on the Discord server. Link to the Discord's in the description. It's free to join, and while you're down there, please make sure you check out Charles's channel as well, DaJuiceManFPV.
Please, guys.
Make sure you check him out, show some love. Greatly would appreciate that.
Would appreciate that, guys.
And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the community standouts. And if you guys would like to have one of your videos featured on a future live stream, just post it over in the Send It Sunday live stream section. And then we'll make sure we definitely check out your video. All right. While I get this pulled up, let's talk about what is your FPV gear? What are you using to fly FPV, your video system, your goggles?
Okay, yeah. So now the DJI V2 goggles, all my quads now are converted to the O3 system, and the O3 air unit. And I don't see myself moving from that anytime soon. It's as good as I think I would want it. In that aspect, I still rock I was like having a backup recording, so I am recording on the O3 DVR, but I have the GoPro Hero 11 Mini on my quad. Quad muller frame, like I mentioned earlier. FetTech or KISS on all my quads as far as firmware goes. I don't have any more Beta Flight quads. Boxer, actually got it right here. I had the standard Boxer, but I just recently upgraded to like the Boxer Max, and this is definitely Goldilocks for me.
Oh yeah, she's all blinged out. Got the carbon fiber look, and she's got all the metal upgrades. Oh yeah,
the AGO one, just that metal feel just feels more robust, and I really feel like I can hammer on these gimbals, and it's not gonna do anything to the. I really feel like I put a lot of these gimbals just can't live with sometimes these hammering. And I'll listen to other pilots sometimes. I'm just like, oh man, your gimbals must be hurting right now. We're just, it's like flip, roll, flip. but I feel like this will be able to take the abuse for a while. Yeah.
We got my man Jabo FPV.
Jabo, the man.
Yeah, getting in. Oh, I love the way he's keeping those nice tight orbits there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's something about flying FPV down an empty road with the trees, to me, it's just so
Yeah.
like nostalgic to me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's especially with the nice colors too.
Yeah, I can always
Starting to
just
get to,
I always get locked in when I see that,
I think
and
this
it
is by
just
his house, right? Yeah, he's in, yeah.
I love it. I love it. He's got some awesome trees here.
Mhm.
He's getting in down low, nice and
Mhm.
tight.
Awesome dude too, man. I don't know if you ever had the pleasure of ripping with Jabo, but
I
good
have
guy.
not yet, but
Yeah,
hopefully
man.
that will change, and I'll meet him at a meetup somewhere.
Yeah, man. He's great energy. Just kind of just one of the dudes, just kind of super not into. Never seen any kind of drama or kind of not sweating anything. He's just out there ripping, having a good time. One of the boys.
Woo!
That was
Getting in
dope.
there,
Yeah.
ripping her.
Oh, I know he wanted to power
Nice.
lead back into that gap,
Oh yeah.
but he's moving.
You can tell he has studied all the gaps back here. He
Oh,
knows where they are.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, Booster
Maggie's here.
FPV?
Let's
Welcome
go. I see
in.
you, Jabo. Nice.
Booster FPV, I believe he's the B-More crew over in Baltimore, man.
Mm.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping in. Awesome crew over there, the Baltimore crew, man. I had an awesome time when I was able to meet up with them and rip a sick bando that unfortunately is not available anymore from what I
Oh
was
no.
told. But man, it was a sweet spot, man, and we had some awesome times there while we could.
In Baltimore,
Yes.
I do want to make well, not this time of year because it's gonna be way too cold right now, but
That's right,
next
the
year.
DMV crew. There you go. Yeah, if you're ever on the East Coast, Charles, please let me know. Hit me a message, and we will definitely get together and go rip some packs and have a great old time.
Yeah, I did the Florida road trip back in March, like after the barbecue bando, went down and ripped with the Orlando guys. But I think next year when it warms up, like in New York, I have to rip what I think they call the Gates of Hell. But I have to
Yeah,
rip that band. Like that's on my list. That's on my bucket list of spots to rip. So I might plan a little road trip to go
absolutely.
there. And maybe I can map it out, see if I can make it, a little further north. Make it. We'll see how far I can take it. Maybe get a nice hit a few spots. Make it see if maybe want to go as far as Baltimore.
We got plenty of spots over in Philadelphia as well. So we got lots of spots around. Some cool spots that you'd like. Awesome,
I
J-Bo.
like the
Thank you
Indian
so much
J-Bo.
for sharing, brother.
Just set
Very,
it
very
right in the
nice.
camp for me. That was cool.
I'm going to go ahead and get J-Bo's channel here put in the live chat, so make sure you check out J-Bo. Let me go ahead and copy the link, and I'll post that right over here in the live chat. But yeah, if you're ever over this way, man, definitely hit me up. We will
Oh, for sure.
definitely have a
For
full
sure.
send.
For
All
sure.
right, there's J-Bo's channel, and he's in the chat as well. Awesome ripping, man. Really like that. Love that juicy flick over the roof, too. That was great. That was
Man,
great.
he has this. I forget which video, but I always think of it. He has this juicy flick over like a staircase where it's so proxy, like this top step, and it's one of the sweetest juicy flicks I've seen. I don't know if J-Bo has it to queue up, but I mean that one always sticks with me. I was like, oh, it's like that chef's kiss of juicy flicks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to get the second video pulled up here. Give me just a second. All right. And it's going to be the 9x16 view for this one. Just so everybody knows. And we're going to start featuring some vertical videos as well. Here is my man Booster FPV ripping this nice little spot here. Oh, I love the little metal structure right there. Yeah, I wanted to hit this spot as well, so I have to get up with Booster one time and see if we can't get over there and send some packs. I don't think this is too far from me. I don't believe.
Where is this? You think it look kind of familiar.
I'm pretty sure it's near Baltimore.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, Fly Zone Drone in the house? What's up?
What's going on?
We got Simon Hughes. Welcome in. Yeah, I really like this spot. I love the sculpture, and it looks like it's got a parking garage as well.
Yeah. Some walls that need to be ridden.
Yeah, really. And I think it's got a couple awnings as well.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing,
Nice,
Booster. And I'll go ahead and make sure that I hit the like button for Booster there. And I will make sure that I share his channel as well. All right. Yeah, I really do like that spot. It just stands out to me. I'll share one of his last videos here, and there we go. Get the share thing here popped up. Excuse me, guys, while I do a little bit of behind-the-scenes work. All right, there is the cricket ripped that spot too, huh? Awesome, man. Yeah, Baltimore County. There's Booster's link as well, and he's also in the live chat. And guys, make sure you check out, if I'm not sure if they're live tonight or not, but usually Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, make sure you check out Shelby Voel's channel as well. Awesome live streams over there. You want to make sure you check that out. Go check out Shelby. And then also on Sunday nights, Fly Zone Drone usually goes live as well. I believe it's 9 p.m. Central Time, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but yeah, make sure you give those guys a look. Definitely go hang out. All right, I'll get the next one pulled up here. And yeah, if you guys would like to have your video featured on a future live stream, just go ahead and share the link over in my Discord server. It's free to join. And go to the Send It Sunday live stream section. All right. I love watching videos.
Yeah.
See what you guys have been up to.
I like to watch freestyle when I'm driving to or getting ready to go out to rip. I need some motivation, some inspiration.
Oh, yeah. All right, we got my man Johnny DRC with the Skyhopper. Here we go. Full send.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the little bit overcast, it looks like that day, and looks like there's a little bit of wind, and he's just powering right through it. Oh, flying over by the water too? Woo!
Yeah, that's
taking some risks.
Yeah.
How do you like flying by water, Charles? Is that something you like to do, or are you kind of a little bit shy away from that?
I shy away from it because there's a retention pond directly in front of my house that my first quad is still swimming in now. My first build ever is I've yet to be able to retrieve this. Fell in there, and that's when I learned it's about 30 feet deep, and I was like, well, I guess it lives there now. But yeah, that's what's the toughest part with my trip recently. Is like even when I was flying along the beach, you'll notice that I'm mostly hovering over the sand and barely over the water. No, I got water puts the fear of God in me.
I love flying around water. But yeah, I've had similar things happen where quads have been dunked in water and had to be retrieved. And yeah, I would say that I tend to get a little bit more cautious on the sticks when I'm around water. Excuse me. I'm gonna wet my whistle.
Yeah, I forgot to grab water.
I like he's out here doing some nice tricks here, doing some nice rolls, looking nice, doing a little bit of cinematic cruising as well.
And you can see him kind of getting comfortable throughout the pack. It's like the flying is smoothing out as he's progressing through the pack.
Yeah, he's getting lower now. He's getting tighter to the trees. Yeah, he's definitely feeling the flight.
Yeah,
definitely feel it.
His fingers are getting loose. He's starting to. Okay, let's get it.
Oh yeah, I like this location a lot too. I like the trees. I like that it's got the water nearby, a little bit of danger aspect there.
Yep.
And it's got the nice wide open field if you want to do some practice. There you go.
That's your gear. That'd definitely be a good
practice.
Definitely be a good place for a fresh build to go test things out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Johnny D. RC. and I'll get his link posted in here as well. All right, make sure I smash the like button there for Johnny. There we go, and we're going to post it right in the chat there. Check out Johnny DRC as well, guys. Yeah, Coast, that is the man to see. If you want to watch somebody flying through the waves, I kid you not, through the waves, check out my man Coast FPV. Yeah, he definitely has got he's probably more comfortable around water than me and you are flying around land.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Wind Chill FPV, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Good to see you, Wind Chill. That's my homie right there, man. He's one of my locals. Yeah, like I said, man, if you're ever over on the East Coast, man, we got plenty of people to rip with and plenty of spots. We're not no shortage of spots around here.
Say less. Yeah, definitely. I already had it kind of thinking. I'm thinking around March, like late March. Just right. Only thing to turn me in this early is just I know it's cold out there. It's probably cold. I don't know. I've done a few. I think the coldest I've ripped was like 40 degrees, and I've learned that's my minimum, where I can still feel my fingers and know what's going on. Right, but next year for sure, when those bees start, when grass starts growing again, yeah, we start planning a trip up north, and yeah, rip with you guys, man. I'm definitely, yeah, it was definitely on the list. I think we can make it happen.
We definitely get a very nice cold winter over here on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. Yo, Smags FPV in the house. What's up? And my man Phantom FPV.
Phantom, what's up, dude?
Yo, what is up, brother, man? Good to see you, man. Miss you out here on the tube, big dog. And man, I just know you're doing great things, and so happy you stopped in and hang out with us tonight, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, another excellent ripper right there. Like you guys, that balls to the wall flying is my favorite, man. Like I tell them all the time. I'm like, every time I watch, your video or Phantom's video, I'm just like inspired to like, all right, I gotta push harder, man. I gotta fly harder. I gotta hit that gap faster, cleaner or whatever. You guys inspire me, man. Really, dude,
Phantom definitely does it for me, man. He's a wild man on the sticks. It just
I love that though. I love not knowing what's gonna happen next, and I love that.
I love his commitment though. Sometimes he sees something, he goes for it, and he just didn't get it. Like his commitment to like, I seen him go like 3 quads deep and like just one line or one trick, just like committed. It's like before he ends the day, he's nailing this. Sacrificing multiple action cams, multiple quads, but just dedicated. Like I'm hitting this dive. Like,
now, what's your favorite HD cam that you use to post all your footage?
Of that, the GoPro Hero 11 Mini when it's working, when it's working right. But the 11 Mini and then I use ND filters. I try to keep my I shoot in 30 FPS, stay by the 180 rule, 1/60 shutter, use NDs to compensate. That takes care of the motion blur for me, and I don't have to do anything in post as far as that goes.
Now are you raw or are you stable?
I use Hyper Smooth. Hyper Smooth definitely for all my drift stuff. I use Hyper Smooth. Recently I've been posting a lot more DVR stuff. Just because some people like just the raw. My DVR is gonna be all no rock steady or just. But I like the butteriness of Hyper Smooth. I don't like the action. When I had the Action 2, I don't like the Action 2 stabilization. I feel like it went.
Yeah, the Action 2 stabilization has never been. It's just never been right. It's always been glitchy for FPV for whatever reason. Unless you're doing something straight line flying. If you're doing something like cinematic, it's okay. But anything to do with freestyle, just turn it off for the Action 2. I definitely agree.
And one thing for me though,
he has got videos coming inbound. He is
on the
bench fixing his gear now.
That's
awesome
Phantom.
to see, brother. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
If you ever get over here to the East Coast again, hit me up, brother. I'd love to rip some packs with you, man.
For sure.
And spend some time.
That'd be a fun day. But
what I love about FPV is just meeting all these cool people. Being able to meet you guys and fly with you and just have that camaraderie. There's nothing else like it, man. It's really I'm not going to say that. There is something else like it, but it's something I just recently have found, and that's RC drifting. There's a camaraderie there as well. But I really love FPV's camaraderie. It's really nice.
Dude, I got a chance to rip. I don't know if you're familiar with Patrick Watkins, Fly with Patrick. But he's in Bali, Indonesia. We had a cool little day out there in Bali ripping. There was like dogs running around, monkeys jumping around. It's just it's a
Nice.
different vibe, but it was a cool spot.
Oh
Cool.
man, that had to have been awesome.
Yeah, yep. So that video is gonna come soon. But yeah, I just got hours of
Yeah.
footage of that, dude, that I need to work through. But yeah, I had another point too. But anyways.
Can't wait to see that video. Definitely make sure you subscribe. Check out his channel, guys. The Juice Man FPV, link in the video description. Make sure you check him out, man. He's got some awesome content and some more on the way.
Yes, always.
Yeah, man. The FPV noob tube. That is a good question, man. I think what killed the FPV noob tube, honestly, was just all of us trying to get our schedules in sync. You know, it's really difficult when you have multiple people and you're trying to orchestrate multiple people putting together schedules, and what works for this person one night might not work for another person another night, and it was very challenging. Very challenging to have a group channel and just keep it consistent and keep it going. It's challenging. It is. It's challenging doing a personal channel as well. But I think a group channel is even harder, to be honest. Even harder. But yeah, you never know. You never know. The noob tube could come back one day. You never know, and we could be throwing hot dogs in the air and chopping them up, and you just never know, man. You never know. Oh, good stuff, man. Well, I want to go ahead and get into the international giveaway. If there's anyone international here, guys, let me do down in the live chat. If you guys, anybody is outside of the U.S., I would like to go ahead and do a giveaway for a Fly High FPV virtual gift card. That's right, $25. So you can get yourself lit. Make sure you check out flyhighfpv.com for the brightest LEDs in the biz. You know,
No
Dave's
joke.
got you covered. All right. Anybody outside of the U.S.? If not, we will move on. Jabo, I think Charles is still flying. Charles has actually hit me up on YouTube a couple times. I know he's gotten into some of the electric boards and all that. Yeah. Okay, Simon, you're international. Windjumby's international. Mark, okay. Well, Mark's got it. Well, I'll go ahead and get the hashtag ready. But yeah, you're going to want to do hashtag get lit if you are international. This is going to be for international only. I'll get that ready here. All right, let me go ahead and get the... All right, so you're going to want to go ahead and type that in now. If you are in the outside of the U.S., you're going to want to type that in now. Right here. Oh, sorry. I've got too much going on at once here. I forgot. I've got my Fly High banner up there. There you go. Go ahead and type it in now, guys. Hashtag get lit if you are outside of the U.S. He said, I'm in California. It feels like I'm outside. California feels like its own country sometimes, doesn't it? It's so large and massive, and they just have so much going on over there. All right. We got 3 entries in, and that is what I counted for international. Anybody else? If not, we're going to go ahead and roll it. Cool Cat, are you outside the U.S., brother? I didn't know that. If so, then we'll let you go. If not, don't worry about it. We can always do a redraw if somebody accidentally enters and they're not outside the U.S. So, we'll then respond real quick before I roll it just to make sure. Oh, cool. Okay, you're in England. Well, there you go. So 4 entries. All right, 4 entries. Excellent. Thank you so much for letting me know, brother. Appreciate you.
Okay. Should grab a bottle of water.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I don't think anybody else is outside the U.S., so we're going to go ahead and roll it. Good luck, everybody. Hey, Mark White. Congratulations. Man, this man has got, I'm telling you, he has got some of the best luck I have seen in this hobby. Mark, man, he definitely be tearing it up. Congratulations, brother. And Mark also has been an awesome supporter in our community. He's actually given back a lot of the things that he's actually won on the stream. He's actually re-gifted those.
Oh, nice.
So awesome, man. Appreciate you, Mark, and congratulations. And if you'd like to claim that prize, you know what you got to do, brother. You got to send me a fresh email at emarvel09@gmail.com, and then I'll get that sent over to you. I know, yeah. Mark's got the luck, man. I would definitely not be afraid to take that man into the casino. Excellent, man. Excellent. All right. I'm actually working on a way to get the straps shipped out internationally. Now that the shipping has kind of calmed down from all the 2020 crap. The shipping's getting a little bit better now, I think. So yeah, if you would like to purchase some of those edrone straps, let me know. Hit me up with a message. I got links in the description for them if you're in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S. and you'd like some, hit me up with an email and I'll get you a shipping cost. But I think it's going to be somewhere around like $10 to ship 2 straps, something like that, international. So not too bad on the shipping on those. So just let me know and we'll get that figured out for you. Well, he said, it makes a change from just, yeah, I know, right? We had a couple extra people. Yeah. Windshield wanted to know if you live in Florida.
No, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I was born in Miami, but I live in Atlanta now. Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, what a great place to be if you are in FPV.
Yeah.
Man, that is like prime time location right there.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and switch it over to the open Q&A, guys. And if you guys have any questions for Charles, myself, or the chat, go ahead and put it down in the live chat. Let me ask you about Atlanta and the flying spots. Have you run into much resistance from security, maybe law enforcement, not wanting you to fly certain places, or have you ran into much resistance?
Never from law enforcement, but we do run into security, which you can't get too upset at. They have one job is to protect watch over a location. They see a whole bunch of hoodlums coming through with things whizzing around. I get it. So usually security, they'll come, it's like, all right, guys, move it along. But generally we have backup spots probably on the same street. So it's like, okay, sorry, we'll pack everything up, hit the next spot, and then get a little rotation going in those situations. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's just like, nobody, it's not a big deal. We get it. You got one gig to do out here, dude. We're not gonna try to bother that for you. But law enforcement could care less. We were downtown Atlanta one night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, power looping the street lights, and then I saw the cop roll up, and he like took one glance at us and just kept it moving. They got bigger problems, Actually, in one of Ken Herron's videos, I don't know if you saw it, when we were orbiting the police, I was the one doing the orbits around the cop cars. They just pulled.
Nice.
Yeah, they were looking for some stolen car, but then they pulled up and just got distracted, and they hung out for a while, just actually watching us fly. Like, this looks pretty cool. I might have to get this from but yeah, security. You run into. I think that's going to be anywhere, but law enforcement could care less.
Yeah, I found that honestly, most law enforcement that I've come into contact with, They think it's awesome. They're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, man! You can actually put the goggles on and like see what the drone sees and stuff." We're like, "Yeah, man! It's like flying a freaking TIE fighter from Star Wars." And they're like, "What?" We're like, "You want to see?" And they're like, "Yeah, heck yeah!" And they're like, "Let's try it," you know? Yeah, I don't think I think I may have run into one security guard who just wasn't having it. He kind of got a little bit ignorant about it, and we were like, "Hey, no problem, man. We'll go ahead and leave. You know, we'll pack it up." And he just got really agitated for some reason. I don't know if he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
But honestly, just that one occurrence, really, and every other run in with for me, and any other run in with security or law enforcement has been welcomed. Actually,
More curiosity than anything else.
We had one security guard that we had flown, I think, like 2 packs, me, Bot, and some other guys. I got to this one spot, and we've flown here before, but we took Bot there because it was, I think, his first time flying it, and we flew, I think, like 2 packs, and then the security guard come out and he's like, "Oh, you guys can't be here, yada yada yada," and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just flying these drones. We're not going up to the building or anything. We're just flying the drone, around the building." And he was like, "All right, well, you can't be here. This is private property, yada yada yada." So we were like, "Okay," we just left and went to another spot. No harm, no foul, and he didn't take it any further. He was just like, "No, back to business."
Yeah, it's usually if you don't argue with, because really we don't have a point to argue on. And I mean, if the building has a security guard, it's like, come, let's give this guy a break, man. This is his, like we're literally making his job harder today. On a good day he sees no action, and then all of a sudden you see like 4 or 5 cars rolling up, all this equipment getting pulled out of the car, things whizzing around the air. I can imagine from a security guard standpoint, it's like, what is happening? Y'all need to stop, please, so I can keep my job.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. But
What are the chances of getting a flight in over the Augusta National Golf Course? Ooh,
I wouldn't take a chance during an event for sure. You just see the guy in Vegas recently who got booked and arrested for flying. Yeah, you gotta. There's certain things I wouldn't mess with. You probably get away with it maybe off season or something, but I wouldn't. If they have an event going on, I would not chance it.
Yeah, I would say unless you're doing something for the golf course itself, some kind of promotion that they've hired you to do, then make sure the airspace is good to fly. If not, you have to apply for a waiver and all that fun stuff. But yeah, if as far as just going to go fly over for fun, you might want to pass on that. Hey, what's up, TJ Giggles FPV? We got my man Off Axis as well. What's up? And we got my man Dave Fly High FPV.
What up?
What's up, brother? Good to see you, Dave. We were just talking about you earlier. Shout out the store as well. And, Mark White won another $25 Fly High FPV gift card. That's right. And, I'm doing a giveaway right now, man. I'm doing a contest. It's the one take challenge. So if you want to find out more information about that, make sure you check out my Discord server, link below, and also my community tab on YouTube's got all the information on how to enter and what we're looking for. Sweet. And hope to see some entries come in. I would love to see what you guys can do for a one take challenge, man. No cuts. Want to see one 1 minute take. See what you got. Get creative. Yo, what's up, Big Will FPV? Welcome in.
Yo, Will. What up, dude?
We got Dizzy Boy Anthony in the house. What's up?
Everybody's sliding through.
That's what's up, man. Showing that love and support. He said there's 2 official events. Oof. Yeah, I think if you did that, if you try to fly over that, they'd be looking for you with all kinds of helicopters and drones, and they'd be having drones looking for your drones.
Especially if you find a GPS one, like a DJI drone, it'd have an easy time locating you.
Yeah. So how many quads are you running now, Charles, for your freestyle?
I try to keep 3, and always like in working order, kind of as far as freestyle, and then I have a separate chase rig. It's kind of like how I like to just use that for the chase. And I always like to have at least 3 quads that are complete and in working order. And then of course I got, half a quad built here. I got, little projects I put to the side, but I always like to have 3 solid quads ready to go for freestyle.
Yeah, 3 is a good number. A lot of people I've run into, that's the number they run with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have 4 freestyle quads, but typically I'll only bring 3 unless it's something where I know I'm just going to be breaking stuff left and right. Then I'll bring all 4.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, typically I'll just bring 3 to any kind of normal freestyle tree spot, something like that. The deadline for the one take challenge is going to be December 16th, 2023 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And whoever wins that is going to win a newbie drone. Is a newbie drone. What is it? It's a newbie drone. Oh, newbie drone Hummingbird V3 ELRS Whoop, brushless whoop. So that's what you guys voted on in my community tab, that everybody said they would rather win a whoop for the prize for that. So that's what it is. All right. So we talked about, you got 3 quads that you run. You prefer to run DJI, which is very interesting because, I've heard a decent amount of pilots say that when they fly the particular type of freestyle that you fly, and Phantom as well, that fast, that fast, snappy, balls to the wall, hold my beer type flying.
Yeah.
Some people say that the lag or the latency tends to prohibit them a little bit, hinder them from flying that type of way. But as we have seen, Phantom FPV flies with DJI FPV and doesn't bother him, and obviously it doesn't bother you as well.
No, I think especially in the V2 goggles, I have heard that since the goggles too, I think the Integras they're like 1080p versus our 720p. That I think because of that, there's a little more felt latency with those systems. Now if I jump from analog, if I rip the few packs analog and I jump right to DJI, that's the only time where I could really feel okay. There's a little difference there as far as latency goes, but when you fly your system, it just now I don't feel it at all unless I'm flying a good distance from myself. It's where I can notice any kind of latency at all. But in the V2 goggles, if I keep it, even in the goggles, I keep it where it's not. Well, I go for the highest frame rate. You get away with, I think it's like 120 with my setup. Even and the O3 air unit, I'm usually even on it, I'm recording 1080p. Versus it has where max it gets like 2.7K. I bring it down a little bit just for the whole system's not doing too much just for the image and just keeping that latency down. But for the most part, man, I don't even feel it anymore. Maybe it's because I've gotten so used to it. I kind of anticipate it. I kind of know it. If I'm pulling out of a dive, I have to kind of anticipate pulling out maybe a little earlier than somebody flying analog would. But you just get used to it, and I think the trade-off is just that beautiful image. What I get in the goggles is just sometimes I'll take off, and then I just have to take a moment to take in and just even to me, it's like I can't believe this is something we can do. Which is why I try to introduce FPV to as many people as I can, just because it's an experience I feel like everybody should be a part of, or should have something to experience at least once. You should try it out at least once. Take a quad up in the air, especially with this great HD quality that we get these days, these great HD options you have now. Like, look in the goggles, take flight, and tell me you don't want to do this every day. Who doesn't want to fly? Yeah, so it's just, and for me, what makes things interesting is the challenge. You can't get into FPV thinking day one you're gonna be out just ripping. It's gonna take a little while.
That's definitely not one of those hobbies that you just get into it and then you're just ripping right off the bat. That's for sure.
It's not like you're playing video games. You can just mash buttons and maybe win a fight. It's just there's none of that. It's gonna take some learning, take some skill, but that's what makes it interesting because I remember my first build when I hit the arm switch and I saw the first time it took off the ground. I was like, I was amazed. I was like, I can't believe I put this together and it actually flies. You know, very next thing I did was send it into a tree, but that's a whole nother story. But
Yeah.
but
And
it's just
see,
a lot.
anytime I've been told that, oh, DJI, the latency, yada yada, I'm like, well, have you ever seen Phantom FPV fly? Right? And I'm like, he flies DJI
Mhm.
and he doesn't have an issue with latency.
Yeah.
Same thing with you now. I can say, hey, look at the Juice Man as well. Like, he flies DJI and the latency doesn't bother him.
Mm-mm.
So I think it really is something that you can get used to. You
Absolutely.
can train your brain
Hmm.
to work with the latency to be able to still fly
Hmm.
as hard and as fast as you want with any system. You
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
gotta put the
Know
time
your
in and
gear.
put the packs in.
Hmm.
Let's talk about how you got to where you are now with your flying, because your flying is amazing.
Oh,
How,
thanks,
how
man.
how
Thanks.
many packs would you say you've put down in the last year or so?
Oh wow, that'd be hard to. Well, I would say that. Well, there was
100, 500,
more.
1,000?
You're probably closer to that thousand more. Well, because there was a
Yeah.
period when I first started. There was because luckily I had this huge parking lot right next to my house. Like it's like a 3/4, like a mile from my house. That I could, and it's brightly lit all throughout the night. So there are certain nights, like late nights, I would get pack after recharging out there. I had like 25 pack nights, where I'm just going pack after
Wow.
pack after pack, just trying to get this. And I did that for a while. Solo too. I'm out there by my car just getting packs and just because, like I said, I didn't have at that point I still didn't have the sim as a tool to use. Fortunately, now upgrading my laptop and I could sim now. Sometimes I live stream on the sim. But at that point, if I wanted to get practice, it had to be real time stick. So which
Nice,
I think kind of
nice.
helped me as well progressing is knowing having the real life consequences where every pack definitely helps you focus, definitely helps you lock in and being able to when you could go fly by yourself and go pack after pack where you just kind of okay put and sometimes I would switch quads because I was just like, oh man, these motors starting to get hot because I was going through so much. And then recently though, it definitely has slowed down, not flying as much as I would like. It's been busy, but some of those days I could compensate by jumping on the sim and getting some time in there. But overall, I still like on a weekly basis, I'm trying to get on the weekends. What's funny is like sometimes when you go rip with the crew, like with the heathens or whatnot, those are the days where I actually get least amount of packs in, maybe like 8 or 9 packs, where you're kind of just hanging out, just enjoying crew, you're watching other people fly. It's those solo rips where I get most of those packs in. When I'm going to my local spot, getting like 15, 20 packs in there.
That's so
Um,
funny because I've gone to meetups where I've had such a good time just hanging out with people and
yeah.
the camaraderie of just being with other people who love the hobby that like
Mhm.
you're like, crap, man, I haven't even got any packs in yet. Like
Yeah.
I need
My
to
gear's still in the
stop
car.
talking and go fly a pack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
that. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome in Almac FPV. Hey, and I
Yeah.
think Almac FPV, or no, I'm sorry, that was somebody else. I'm sorry, I was thinking about somebody else. Never mind. Make sure you check out Almac FPV though. Awesome, awesome content creator. Thank you for stopping in as well. Another ripper too, man. Almac
Hmm.
FPV got some nice rips in. He
Hmm.
actually tried to go from I think it was pinching to thumbing.
Oh,
Hey, check out
the
the
other
video
one.
on his channel. But it was quite interesting to see his reaction and how he felt when he switched from doing that. And yeah, I'm a thumber. I've always been a thumber. I've just always liked the video game style controllers, and
Hmm.
my thumbs has always just felt natural to me as
Hmm.
just that's how I've always been on the controller. I've tried pinching as well, and it just felt really strange.
Hmm.
But I imagine if I stuck with it and I kept at it, I could
Yeah.
probably get it to feel more natural. So that's something I may play with in the future, just to kind of spice it up, change things up. Because sometimes it's easy for things to get a little stale sometimes. And
Yeah. Yeah.
when you change things up like that, it can really help out and change your perception.
For
How
sure.
how how does someone I want to ask this for you, Charles? How does someone who's into FPV, been in FPV for a while, they've been flying for a while, how do you keep the dopamine going? How do you keep it from getting stagnant? How do you keep it from becoming repetitive? You know, the challenges that how do you keep that going? How do you keep it consistent to where you can keep those packs in?
It's like real estate, location, location, location. Usually for me, it's like and that's why those little road trips kind of help. Because then I could bring the fiance along. I could plan a weekend around where I know I got spots to hit, but do some stuff for her. Like when we went down to Florida, went to Universal Studios as well, and kind of like had some fun there. But that usually gets the excitement back up for me. Just a new, fresh area to play with, a fresh playground, and something I could, And then I'm always looking for flow lines and stuff like that. So sometimes enjoying the process just to get to the location, enjoy the adventure, the ride, to the road, the car ride, what we're listening to, what we're talking about, then the spot, the excitement of never having flown a pack there. Maybe it could be you don't even know what the spot's going to be yet, because it's just something we pulled up on Google Maps, just taking a chance. But for me, the biggest thing is just a switch up the location.
Okay.
What bores me a lot is when I fly the same spot over and over. It's what really gets me going again is a fresh spot, so I can get fresh eyes, especially if I know I'm the first person to ever fly there, because I get first dibs on a new spot.
Yeah.
So and the search for something like that keeps it exciting. I'm on the web just trying to find something within a couple hours of the house that looks kind of interesting. So the hunt is exciting for me, and then you find a spot that lands, it's just, okay, we got good shade, we got power out here, we got, it's that's what does it for me.
Yeah, that's something that I've kind of been a little bit of a, I don't want to say a snob or picky, but yeah, picky. I've always been kind of picky about if I've flown a spot, I tend to not to want to come back there.
Yeah.
But for a while.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, if it's been a while and I've progressed a decent amount since the last time I went to that spot, I'm all about going back to that spot, because now my skill set is higher than it was before.
Absolutely.
So now I can go to that spot that I've been to, but now I've leveled up with my flying.
And it's exciting again, yeah.
So now the spot becomes even more fun, even more of a cooler spot,
Exactly.
I feel like that's definitely something you should remember when you fly a spot and you haven't been there in a while. Go back to that spot if your skill set has increased some. Go back to that spot, and I guarantee you will like that spot better than the first time you went there.
And that's one thing that's funny that TikTok does that. Like 1 year ago today, when you're posting content, one good thing about posting a lot of these flights is that it keeps a journal for me. And like recently, it's been hitting. I was like, oh, I do have to go back to that spot. It's like 1 year ago today, you're at this really sick spot that you forgot about. So
yeah.
So
exactly.
I've been I got to thank TikTok for that one there. But yeah,
hey, welcome in, Goonie. Good to see you, brother.
In terrain, yep.
Changes types of flight and terrain. Yeah, maybe change up your flight a little bit. If you're traditionally a freestyle pilot and you just traditionally do freestyle, maybe try to mix it up with a little bit of juicy flying or a little bit of spang, or just try to do something a little different than what you usually do. I can feel that. That's a good way to mix it up and keep it interesting. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and do a one more giveaway tonight, guys. I give away 2 straps earlier to U.S. viewer, and to make it equal to the international giveaway, I would like to give away 2 more lipo straps to a U.S. viewer here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to give away the 2 custom edrone Kevlar lipo straps here. These are solid straps ready for a full send. 1-piece metal buckle, Kevlar stitched, Kevlar straps, really high quality. They'll fit all your 4S packs and most of your 6S packs as well. So if you guys would be interested in winning that, you're going to need to get your hashtag ready here, and I'll pull this up in just a moment, and you'll be able to type the hashtag in, and we're going to do a funny one this time as well. All right, here we go. Get ready, guys. The hashtag is coming at you right now. Hashtag juicy, guys. Yes, hashtag juicy. If you are in the U.S. and you would like a chance to win 2 edrone lipo straps with some slaps to go along with it, go ahead and type it in. Jabo wants to know, did you get out and go and do any flying for Thanksgiving?
Nah, man. I just didn't have it. I wanted to, but like I said, I flew back in town Monday night, and then Wednesday night I tried to get some sleep, but I was up all night because of the jet lag, the 13-hour difference, and come Thursday morning, I just knew I didn't have the gas. Plus, it felt freezing to me. Felt so cold outside. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna push it too far. I was already fighting the weather as far as this cold goes, but yeah, man, it was too soon after getting home from the long and plus, 12-hour flight, 10-hour layover, followed by another 12-hour flight, and you feel like you're time traveling because I'm going through 13 hours of time zones. Yeah, it just takes a few days to bounce back from that, and just wasn't ready for that Thanksgiving morning rip. I wanted to.
I'm sure that has to be quite the adjustment, man. That's a huge time difference.
Yeah.
I'll let you take this one, Charles. He Dizzy Boy Anthony says he's new to this and he wants to know what is spang, and juicy flying. So
spang would be more like as banging. The style looks more like they're hammering the sticks, but there's actually a lot of control in it. That's where you see like a lot of eject moves, a lot of rewinds, a lot of spang pilots. Usually you see big open field type flying, where just a lot of space, and you really can lock into what the drone's doing. But it's going to be a lot of action on the screen, a lot of movement with the quad when you're watching that. If they have stick cam, their hands are all over the place. I'd be more on the side of that juicy kind of proximity flying. I like flying close to things and fast and through gaps while I'm trying to. My thing is flow. I'm always trying to find some way I could flow through wherever I'm flying. When I pull up to a new spot, the first thing I'm looking for is like a flow line. It's like if I start over here, can I work down into here, like real fluidly, throw a trick in between while I go to the other side. That's what I'm always looking for, and trying to keep it in tight proximity and try to add a little speed to it. Spang pilots,
I think the spang type flying tends to look a little bit more like robotic, but like in a good way, in a controlled way. It kind of looks like the quad is moving in a way that is more like robotic, where the moves are so precise that you can do one trick and then counter that trick with the opposite trick, and have it move in a completely different direction. But it's moving at the same, the same rate, the same speed, to where it kind of matches. Like each trick kind of matches into itself, and it's just a very creative way to make your environment look great, even if it's an open field with nothing interesting to look at. The spang type flying can give you a perception that's interesting to watch, because you're basically highlighting the movements of the quadcopter as it rotates, as it shifts around. It's very interesting, very creative way to fly.
Real popular in Europe for sure. The Europeans really put it on.
Hey, welcome in, Twisted Skiz. What's up? He said, "Hey, what's up, Juice Man?" He said, "Hope you've been doing good since he's seen you at the Castle Crash."
Yeah, dude, man, just hanging it. Just been busy since then too, man. I feel like I'm barely home, but I think throughout it's gonna be nice. Like, actually, no, I got one more trip, but then after that, I'll kind of take a month or two, just stay home, stay local, and kind of chill out. I feel like I'm working my body too much. That's what it's telling me now. Just like, you need to take a break, man, chill out.
Yeah, get that rest in, get that R&R
Yeah.
in, and then you'll be back on the sticks in no time.
Yep.
Make sure you get your entries in, guys, for the if you want a chance to win. If you're in the U.S., we're giving away 2 edrone custom lipo Kevlar straps, 1-piece metal buckle, solid straps. Gonna definitely be ready for a full send. And guys, please make sure you check out in the video description. Make sure you check out the link to my friend Charles DaJuiceManFPV's channel. Make sure you check him out, man. Show him some love. He would greatly appreciate that. Amazing pilot, balls to the wall. Definitely keeps you glued to the screen while he's on the sticks, and definitely more exciting content to come as well.
Absolutely.
If you want to talk about some up and coming things, we talked about you getting more into vlogging.
Yeah.
How about trick tutorials? Have you thought about doing some trick tutorials?
Yeah, actually, the trick tutorials. So I might work on that. I think I'll be able to work on that this week. The one I get questions on is like the inverted, like my inverted yaw spins, but I like to do like an inverted yaw track. So it's kind of like flying past something, flip it inverted and kind of tracking it as you go by.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
get the pointers to kind of how it makes it, kind of simplifies it. I think it'll be a good tutorial because a lot of tricks is not really just I don't want to focus on the stick inputs. I just want to focus, I always like to think about the orientation of the quads. The first thing is when you're flying, what you're looking at, understanding how the quad's position in the air when that's your sight picture, and then just kind of working it out yourself. That's why I want to help people be able to work out tricks themselves in their mind.
And here's the thing: everybody learns differently. So I feel like you could definitely add your own unique, a way to explain how you have learned to do the tricks, right?
Yeah.
Through the orientation of the camera and which way it's facing and when you feel like it's ready to do the next input or whatever. That may help out a lot of people who may that might be an easier way for them to understand while they're flying, right?
Yeah.
Because you could tell me how to do a trick on the sticks and I still won't be able to do it.
Yeah, because we all
Like
fly
you could say,
different
okay, you
rates.
need to yaw left 100 degrees and do this and do that, and I'm still not gonna really be able to take that information and go do that trick.
Exactly.
So that sounds like an awesome idea. What's up, Shelby Vo in the house? Good to see you, Shelby. Make sure you check out Shelby's live streams as well, guys. Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check him out when Shelby goes live. You want to have a good time over there with the guys. Hang out over there at the drone hangar. Nice. Hey, what's up, AZ Drone Dude? Welcome in. And we got Brooklyn RC. What's up? All right, guys. Well, we have got 11 entries in. Good luck, everybody. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing now. Yeah, I won. I finally won something. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do a redraw. Good luck, guys. Hey, Rick James FPV.
Rick James, let's go.
Hey, man, congratulations, man. You won tonight the second set of edrone custom Kevlar lipo straps. Congratulations, man.
Awesome.
So
Rick James always shows a lot of love to the page. We appreciate it, man.
Really do appreciate it. And I'll go ahead and all you gotta do to claim that prize, my friend, is just send me an email at emarvel09@gmail.com with your shipping information. And I'll get those shipped out to you this week, my friend. Congratulations. Excuse me. All right. Let me go ahead and clear that out there. And we'll go back to Q&A for you guys. Yeah, and he was actually here. I love that when that happens. I love it when the winners are here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, yeah, anything else you'd like to talk about, man, feel free. The stage is yours. Any shout-outs you'd like to give anybody?
Man, yeah, I got a shout-out, I guess, the Heathen squad down here in Atlanta, Squints, of course, Rusty, Blackbeard, Renee, I know he's leaving. He's going back to Germany sometime soon, so Got to show him some love. Awesome Ripper as well. Oh man, I'm gonna forget nobody. The pressure's on. If y'all, yeah, I had like I said, had a dope session with Patrick Watkins in Bali, Indonesia. Awesome Ripper. If you guys aren't familiar with him, check him out. Yeah, I guess the Jakarta squad, One Glove. He's probably on. Like you'll see this later. I don't know. And what else? I don't know. I have to put me on the spot. I don't know. Who else? I'm not going. You always forget somebody, and then they're gonna like hit you. But you always forget about me, bro.
Nah, no
But like
sweat, man.
all my
Everybody
followers,
knows you're rooting for them, and
yeah,
you're a great friend to have in your corner, man. I was so happy to be able to meet you in person and rip packs with you over at the
appreciate it.
minefield. And
Appreciate it.
I loved watching you, man. It was just so enjoy just watching you just get into it and just get in your zone.
Yeah,
And truly amazing pilot, man. You put a
I,
lot
I
into it,
appreciate
and
it.
it's paying off. It's paying
I
off.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Of course, they got to thank the subscribers, all the likes and comments, all that stuff helps growing the following. I mean, I appreciate every last one of y'all. I mean, I would still do it if nobody followed because I love doing it. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Any advice for our boy Dizzy Boy Anthony? He wants to know what FPV drone, radio, and headset he should start out with.
Starting off, I do believe in the buy once, cry once kind of deal. Like, and I honestly believe it. If you're halfway interested in this and you get decent gear, you're gonna stick around for a while. So I know the V2 goggles. I mean, like what I'm running now, like the V2 goggles, brand new, or like close sub $400 right now, I believe, especially with the holiday prices. As far as drone goes, that's where it gets a little tricky. If you want to start with it, that's be hard, tough one to answer for you. But now, if you do want to get entry level, the Tiny Hawk, the Tiny Hawk 3 bundle comes with goggles, controller, and it's a really entryway level. It's like $300, but I would skip that. Get decent digital goggles. A bind and fly, you get like a Nazgul bind and fly digital, and then the Radio Master Boxer is like $100, $130, I believe. And that's gear you wouldn't outgrow. That's the thing about it. It's like it survived the entry sub. The Nazgul is really robust, and it wouldn't be anything you'd have to upgrade like 2-3 months down the road. It would last you a while. It'd be worth the investment because I got a lot of gear that just collects dust now.
This is definitely not a easy question. However, good thing for you, Dizzy Boy, is you are a great time to get started with FPV because you have so many options now.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many options with FPV that there's basically a system for every type of person that there is. I would say if you don't really know if this is something that you're going to be able to stick with and you just want a taste of it and you don't want to hit the wallet too hard, I would recommend getting one of those ready to fly kits that comes with a little FPV whoop from like Beta FPV. Comes with the goggle kit and the controller, I think, for like $120 or something. You could start out with that just to see if you like it, if it's something that you're going to want to stick with, and that way you're not spending too much money just to get a taste. Now, if like Charles said, if you know that you're all in and money's not an option, yeah, go DJI for your headset. Like you might as well go ahead and get like what's considered like the best as far as image quality. Value for money, good gear. I would say if you're for freestyle, definitely, you want to go DJI. If you're looking more into getting into racing, maybe check out HD0. HD0 is going to be more suited, I think, for a racer, someone who wants to get an FPV for strictly racing purposes. Definitely check out HD0, a great option for racers. And then if you're just looking to keep things on a budget and you still want to go 5-inch and get the full experience, but you're trying to, keep it budget, just go analog, get you a nice pair of, Fat Sharks or Sky Zones or even HD0 can do analog. So You have a ton of options, so we just want to throw some of those out there at you. We don't want to overwhelm you, obviously, but
Yeah,
um,
that's the thing right now. There's so many options. It's hard to. It's almost and that's one of my
let
favorite things with FPV. You go out and meet up with you go meet up with 10 people. You won't find another person that's running your same setup. It's like you get and it's not like one is better than the other. It's just like you can really personalize and have everybody's rates are going to be different. Even the stick feels, the tension on the sticks is going to feel different. Like everybody's rocking different goggles. You're on different firmwares. They want to get the newest firmware because they want to keep. It's a hodgepodge of different gear, but it all works, and it's just preference. It's like you really personalize your stuff, man.
totally preference, and like there's so many different options now. If there's big controllers, there's small controllers, there's big
Yeah,
headsets, there's small headsets.
yeah.
Like they've got there's digital, there's analog.
Hmm.
There's all kinds of options for you. I'm sorry you didn't get into the giveaway, brother. Well, we hope you'll definitely come back and see us again because we do more giveaways. You know that you've been a winner on here before. I know that. So do appreciate you stopping in, and I hope you enjoy your night as well. Al Max says, make your fire box goggles and an Eachine Wizard. Yeah, I would say I typically tend to start people out with binding flies versus building. Just because I think that's the fastest, easiest way to kind of get you in the air to see if you're going to stick with it. Sometimes building a quadcopter to someone completely new to this can be a little overwhelming. Can tend to kind of shy someone away from the hobby. So that could be a little bit overwhelming. I think another good option if money's not an issue is get you like a DJI FPV setup with
Vada,
that new the Vada, yeah. Because think about it, right? You get the goggles, you get one of the kit that comes with the goggles. You got the Avada to kind of learn and kind of taste the waters. But then if you want to kind of dive deeper and build your own, well, now you've already got the goggles, so now you just gotta go ahead and buy the stuff to build a quad.
Yeah, yep.
That's a good way, I think.
Especially if they have the budget for it. Yeah, definitely a good way in, a good solid way in. So I'm big on the kind of where you're not gonna. I don't want somebody to have gear that you outgrow in a month. But that'd be a solid way in. Yeah.
Yeah, walk snail is another good option. Walk snail has been doing a lot of changes, a lot of upgrades to their firmware. They've been listening to the community and giving the community what they've been asking for, as far as I have seen and heard. So walk snail is also a good option. The thing is, do your research. Don't just jump on anything right away. Take the time, do your research, look up the pros and cons to every system, look at the prices and everything, look at the availability. That's another thing,
Yeah, yeah.
You pick something that, is always sold out or out of stock, well, that can sometimes be an inhibitor for people, When I want to go buy something, I want it to be available. And if it's not available, then I don't, that's not for me. Yeah. Shelby said it. Buy once, cry once. I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about that. Hey, what's up, Flexo? 60 or 80 hours in the sim. And then Yep. Good option as well to get started with your flying. And then he got a bind and fly. It worked out great. How can someone tune a quad when they have never even flown one?
Oh, the presets, man. Preset your way all the way, dude.
The presets work really good. The Superfly tune.
Yeah, Superfly. That on Betafly, that was my favorite.
It's a very popular tune because it's such a large blanket that works with so many builds. Like pretty much as long as you have a pretty decently clean build and you are under the, the motor size, the motor KV, all the requirements that they ask you that the build should be, more than likely it's gonna work, and it's gonna work good. And it's just as easy as flash and fly.
And if you're new, the thing is, because a lot of people get concerned with the tune, you won't really, starting off, it's hard to really tell. You won't be able to tell what's a good tune and what's it comes down to when you'll be in certain flying situations where you realize, okay, this needs to be tightened up. When I'm pulling out, I get this wobble here, or I'm getting a lot of wash coming out of these certain maneuvers. So initially I would just fly it. You're going to beat it up anyways. Don't go with a milder tune. Is going to be easier on your gear. If you get stuck in the tree and you got to kind of turtle mode your way out of there, if you're tuned out to the max, just clipping the tree could smoke an ESC. So a nice milder tune to be to your benefit, where you're not pushing your gear to that threshold, because you're going to be smacking, crashing a lot. Just get used to that. And then I would just go with a preset, and don't get too. Some people love. I'm not trying to spend too much time in front of the computer trying to set it up. I get if it's flying decent, let's go send it up, and then from there you can kind of tweak things. Nowadays you can tweak it in goggles. You can kind of go into your, and so if you do want to tweak your tune, and you could do it like almost mid-flight. Land and kind of adjust your what they call the master multiplier if you need some more gains on your tune. But I'll just select a preset. Don't overthink it. Go out, fly. Now, if you identify a specific thing that's okay, it's a tuning issue, then that's where I would address that. But I would just pick a preset, go out, rip, and don't think about it too much.
Yeah, I would say if you're new, you want to be focusing more on stick time than tuning. I would say if you're new, either go with a preset like we said, or just stick with the defaults on Betaflight. Just run the defaults and just get that stick time in and get the muscle memory down to where you feel comfortable and what the quad's going to do, how it's going to react. And I think even more important than tuning nowadays is just finding your rates. Your rates are going to be personalized to what you and your brain and your sticks feel and your fingers. When the quad feels like it's moving the way your brain interprets and it's not surprising you, that's what you want. Yeah. That's how you know when you've got your rates dialed in, everything's feeling familiar, you get the muscle memory dialed in. Then I think once you get those things dialed in, then if you want to go into PID tuning and get, the best performance out of your quadcopter, then go for it, But always make sure you feel those motors anytime you mess around with tuning. Make sure you take it for a flight, bring it back, touch those motors, see how hot they feel, and do that every time. Anytime, and make small adjustments, little adjustments, 2-3 points here, turn up D, 2-3 points here, maybe turn up P as well. But just do it in small increments, then go fly, then bring it back and feel, and just go about it that way.
Another thing, one of the best things about getting into the hobby right now is like all the firmware, like the default firmware is for most like Betaflight, it just works. Betaflight 4.4, I think they're up to now. It's just, they've really worked out a lot of kinks. They make it, you can really just preset your way through, and you're gonna have a really great flying quad. I heard, even before I got in the hobby, like a few years ago, to set up a quad just to get it to not shake to death when you're just trying to take off with it was an issue. People were just trying to get it flyable. But nowadays, you go with the defaults, you hit arm, takes off, and you're going to be, this is pretty smooth, Of course, you always
it's not like it used to be. It's not like, the defaults are so bad to where it's going to inhibit you from flying or progressing as far as your getting your stick time in and getting your muscle memory built up. The defaults are way better now. The filtering's way better now than it used to be. And just do a good job if you're going to build. Make it clean. Take your time. Make everything clean. You don't want a lot of things that are vibrating on the quad. Things that can, mess up that gyro. I still soft mount. I still use the gummies and all that. I know some people have been hard mounting, but I still soft mount, and that's just what I prefer. Yo, what's up? Wall banger in the
The
house.
wall
What's
banger, what's
up?
up, dude? My God, I'll
Yeah.
just switch this mic off here 1 sec. My phone's about to die. Let me switch this up 1 sec.
Shelby said that he likes to do big jumps so that you can see the negative reaction and then dial back. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that as well. Another good option if you want to try to make big adjustments. Only thing I'd say about that is if you're gonna make a big adjustment like that, go fly it, but don't fly it very long, and then bring it
Yeah,
back and make sure you test those motors, because last thing you want to do is make a big adjustment and smoke a motor, or
yeah,
smoke a ESC or something like that.
that's never fun.
Um, no questions are silly here, man. I'm glad you came in. I'm glad that you're asking these questions because this is a part of the hobby that will keep you in it, hopefully. Because when you can't get the answers you're looking for, it can be frustrating. Are all radios compatible with any drone? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
You got to choose what link you're going to want to run. And right now, honestly, the most popular link that seems to be the most in stock, the most affordable, and seems to be pretty reliable is Express LRS. That seems to be the way the hobby's going as far as radio control link. You'll have a lot of options as far as gear, as far as what you can fly, what controllers you can use. I still fly Crossfire just because that's what I switched to from Fly Sky or FR Sky.
yeah,
And
same
it's
here.
just it works. It
Yeah,
just works, and that's what I've been used to.
and that's kind of where I'm at too. I hear great things about ELRS, but with my Crossfire, I just have no sense, no reason, justification to switch. You know what I mean? I like how it feels. It works great for me. It's been really reliable for me. So it just, I stick with Crossfire. But like I said, I hear great things about ELRS. I might actually give it a shot because I know. It
No,
died.
you flipped.
Uh,
It's that time change, man. All right. Well, Charles is having a little bit of technical difficulties, so he's going to get that ironed out. But yeah, Crossfire is also a good option. Crossfire is easy to set up. The issues with Crossfire is it's going to be a little bit more expensive than ELRS, and sometimes the receivers and stuff, and sometimes the controllers can be a little bit harder to find. The stocks seem to be not as plentiful at times. But still a great option. Great option. Crossfire, ELRS, I would say. Either one of those, I think, would be a good option for you. Okay. Charles had to hop out, but he's going to come back once he gets his camera situated. Knowing what P, I, and D will make you a better pilot. Oh, yeah. It would definitely make you more knowledgeable, that's for sure. Relying on presets is horrible. Yeah, I think there's a type of pilot who's going to want to get into the rabbit hole of PID tuning, and there's going to be a type of pilot that doesn't. There's going to be a type of pilot that just wants to, flash and fly, so to speak. Hey, he's back. Rusty Signal FPV, what's up? PID tune, sit there for an hour and perform. Okay. Yep. And then you can dive into, if you want to dive into black box and all that, you can dive into there, go down that rabbit hole. Radios are like underwear. Choose one that feels good to you. ELRS all day. Yeah. And that's the thing, guys. Whatever works for you, go with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I agree. My Crossfire gear has been solid. for me, that's why I still have been running it. You know, it feels good. No issue with that. Use Rosser and UAVs methods to tune filters, then do the rest by feel. Excellent, man. Oh, his phone died? Okay. Well, hopefully he can get it, maybe get it on the charger. But we were definitely glad to have him in. Make sure you check out link in the description to DaJuiceMan's channel. Charles is a phenomenal pilot, man. We're definitely glad to have him on the show. And make sure you check him out as well. And make sure you check out Shelby Vol's live stream as well. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to keep up with chat. Gotta remember... No worries, man. I respect that, man. I respect somebody that's the way you learned, you know. You got in and you went down and learned all the PID tuning. That's awesome. Yeah, I know a little bit about PID tuning, but definitely by far not an expert in that area. But I could tune a quad, you know, to make it fly pretty decent. I would say that I know enough to get it to that point. You tired of tuning? It's a curse. It can be a rabbit hole. It can be a rabbit hole. That's why I said, you know, don't focus so much on that if that is, you know, if that's something that's going to prohibit you from flying, you know, just put it on default and work on your stick time. Oh, Ken Heron with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Ken Heron. I greatly appreciate that, man. Juice is loose, but his flying is tight. Making it rain up in here. Greatly appreciate that, Ken. Thank you so much. Yeah, you got that right. You got crawling to his feet tonight. Yeah, Charles is an amazing pilot. We got to see him at the minefield, sending it full send. And, yeah. I love, he definitely drew a crowd. He definitely had at least, I'd say, 3 to 5 people around him at all times when he would fly. Definitely drew a crowd. Saw a video of a guy using a whoop fly to fly down the Empire. Yeah, that was probably FPV Vegan. Yeah, awesome pilot as well, man. Taking the whooping to the next level. Absolutely. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer and see if Charles comes back. So we'll just kind of hang out and chill. Yes, sir. You've been flying KISS for the past 2 years. And you left beta flight at the end of 4.2. Because 4.3 was a release candidate. Yeah, I think I'm flying 4.3 now. I never switched to 4.4 just because I heard a lot of stories that people weren't having good times. And there was a lot of bugs I heard, so I kind of held up at 4.3. The release version, though. Yes, what's up, SSH Drones? Welcome in. Yeah, no such thing as a perfect tune. But there is a lot of sloppy tune on some people's frames. Okay. Well, man, you're the guy they need to come to, man. You can help them out, maybe show them, teach them a little bit. You know, teach them the ropes. And that's what's so awesome. There you go. Base flight. Oh boy. That's probably before clean flight, huh? Probably going to look into trading DJI FPV. Yeah, honestly, guys, if I was to get an FPV and I knew what I knew now, you know, which would be kind of weird because why would I know what I know now and not been in the hobby? But anyway, if I could help someone out, you know, who wants to start this journey of FPV, I would say honestly, man, you know, if money's not an option, if money is not a problem and you don't mind spending the money, go with DJI Avata. You know, it's a awesome, fun drone that you can experience FPV. You'll get the goggles, and then you can grow with it right? You can add other drones. You already have the goggles, and then you can work on maybe if you want to get a different controller later, if you don't want to use the DJI controller, but you'll still have the DJI controller as an option that you can use. But yeah, I would say I would just go Avata, get the headset, get the Avata, start from there, and then go ahead and get you a 5-inch, either build one or do a bind and fly. Honestly, building a quadcopter is a very enjoyable experience. It was for me. I enjoy it. So I would always tell somebody, if you want to have the full experience, just build one yourself. Put the love into it. Nipple flight. Butter flights. Oh, I remember the butter flight. It flies like butter. Jeff is Charles' neighbor in Atlanta. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, Atlanta would be such a cool place to live for FPV. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, I'm so jealous. To live in Atlanta and be able to have all those cool spots. Oh, man, that would be so cool. Yeah, I do, man. I love building. That's like one of the most favorite parts to me is building. Ken says DJI will bastardize your FPV learning experience. Yeah, there's ways that DJI can definitely frustrate you, especially when you're waiting for those goggles to power up, huh? Why do they take so long to power up, man? I will never know the answer to that. It's like if you want to catch something in the moment and you need to send it real quick, man, you better have them goggles powered up ahead of time. You better be thinking ahead of time. Same thing with HD0, They've made the boot up time faster, but honestly, that's the first thing I do. Like, if I'm at a drift event or something. Oh, he's back. He's back, guys. He's back. Oh, thank God you're back, man. It's been so long since I've run a stream by myself.
Oops. 1 sec. Gotta get my audio right here. Give me a second, guys.
I gotta tell my joke again. Charles didn't hear me.
Edit.
Let me know when you can hear me. Oh, wait a minute. He won't be able to tell me until he hears me.
Audio.
He's getting the audio fixed now, guys, and then I'll tell him the joke again. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Sorry about that, guys. Phone died on me.
No worries. I was just saying, thank God you're back because it's been so long since I've done a stream by myself. The ship was sinking, man. I was like, oh no, what do I do? Ken Heron stopped in while you were gone.
My man.
And we were talking about, PID tuning and the rabbit holes and FPV, all the fun stuff. Yeah, someone had said that they regret getting the DJI FPV, should have gone straight to 5-inch. Yeah, I would not tell you to go get the DJI FPV drone. I would not tell you to do that. I would say to definitely get the Avata because, even if you're into just wanting to do freestyle, the Avata is still such a cool tool to have in your arsenal, in your toolbox. I've got a Cinelog 25 that I had purchased like right before the Avata came out, and if it wasn't for that, I would have bought the Avata. I would have just went and gotten it because it's just such a fun, awesome tool to have, in your tool cabinet. And
another thing too, the Avata is great to have just because the more you fly, people are just gonna offer gig opportunities to you. Like, yo, that's really cool. Would you be interested in shooting this and shooting that? And the Avata serves as a great tool for situations like that, especially if you're going to be flying around people. I'd be much more comfortable doing that with the Avata versus like a 5-inch freestyle quad. So definitely it'd be a useful tool that you might actually get some money back on.
The Atlanta Heathens.
Yo, squad, what's up? Gang.
I was just saying it would be amazing to be able to live in Atlanta and be able to experience all those great bandos.
Mhm.
I would love to do a road trip with some buddies and just head straight to Atlanta and just hit it up, man. Just go hit spots, for like a week.
Yeah, you should, man. Squints makes the best host. Squints is kind of like people are coming in from out of town. They'll have like 20 pins ready to go, and kind of like he's always like the best host when the out of towners come. Everybody always wants to hit Cisco, like the spot you see Steel rip a lot with that kind of curve archway thing with the it's a real popular spot. I'm honestly, me personally, I'm a little tired. We're kind of numb to it because we could just rip it any day of the week, really. That's one thing that's cool about that spot. It's not just a weekend spot. You can actually get away with flying there during the week. But when the out of towners come, they always want to hit that spot. A lot of legendary spots. The Johnny FPV building wall ride spots not too far from there. There's so many areas we could hit. And you would need a whole week, like a Saturday and a Sunday, to get a full dose of Atlanta's spots. So many places you can hit.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good question here. As far as I know, now with the Avata, you in order to be legal, you've got to hook it to your phone because that's what controls the remote ID info, as far as I know.
Which does kind
of
the
big catch with that is if you want to fly it indoors, you still have to do that, and I think that's messed up.
Yeah,
you fly it indoors, and you're doing it for recreational. Well, you know what? No, because the Avata is not sub 250, is it? Nope. No. Never mind. That don't matter. Yep. You still got to have it.
We still got a lot of dumb rules we have to deal with, but you don't want to create more issues out there. We try our best not to be too reckless with what we're doing. FPV could look a little wild, but if you watch most of my videos, you'll see that the only people there in most cases are people I'm flying with. My biggest thing is not trying to. We're flying fast and whizzing. I'm not trying to whiz around people. That's
absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because
Speak of the devil, Squints. What's up?
What's up, dude? My guy.
Another ripper right there, man. Make sure you check out Squints FPV.
Yeah, Squints is elite. If you like my flying, you need to go check out Squints because he takes it to another level.
You guys both, man. You guys are some amazing pilots, and love watching you. And that was another question I meant to ask you earlier, Charles. So who inspires you nowadays when you're flying? Who inspires you to want to push harder, fly harder,
And lucky for me, like a lot of my inspirations from people I know personally. I know I mentioned Rusty earlier because Rusty Signal, he taught me how to reassess my mindset, how to approach flying. Where I saw him, his first time I saw him take a big crash, his reaction was just hysterical laughter, kind of like embracing that side of the hobby where, you're going for something that, you've never tried before and you're probably going to fail, but you enjoyed that fear factor. And then if you do fail, it's still all in fun. You got backup quads or you can fix whatever happened. In some cases, you can take a hard hit and everything's okay. Maybe a couple bent props, maybe a broken prop or two, but embracing that side of embracing those crashes, those gnarly hits, because sometimes that is, might be the coolest thing you did that day was just even going for it, So I took that from Rusty. Squints just jumped in. Squints is a lot of, tricks in my tricks that was stuff I just from watching him fly, just be like, okay, that's cool. He's like a flow guy too. Like where I consider myself just always trying to. I feel like me and Squints have a lot of the same mindset. When we see a spot, it's not like. Not looking for the one big trick we could do. Is just how can I connect all this together into one flow line? So it's not really just the one. You might want to end it with like a big dive gap, but it's just like how can I get from way over there to over here and make it look fluid and cool, And then
that's definitely challenging when you start trying to connect things and go from one thing to the next and then keep it going, keep the flow going. That is the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. But I would say my overall favorite pilot, I think a lot of us would agree. I don't know if you know Phoenix FPV. Just some that kid is unbelievable. It's just I watched him.
And he's overseas, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I want to say Spain or somewhere. But like that kid is unbelievable. Like anytime I feel like I'm getting decent, he'll post something. I'm like, okay, I gotta get back on the sticks. It's like that kid is unreal, with what he's doing. It's just everything just looks so easy for him. But if you watch enough of his stuff, you'll see he includes a lot where he fails too. He's crashing and he's busting up gear too. That's one thing I like to remind the new guys that we're posting our best of that day, but that same day, your favorite pilot crashes a lot. I remember the first time I ripped with Steel, like he came out, I feel like we spent half the day helping him get his stuff out of trees, and like he was out there busting up his quad just as much as the rest of us. But the thing is, dedicated to just sending it, not worried about crashing, expecting to crash,
We want to see those crash reels there, Charles. That's for
yeah,
sure.
I gotta throw another one together, man. Trust me, I got plenty.
We want to see those crash reels.
I got plenty of those.
I love crash reels.
Yeah. So, even I think the most recent video I posted, I ended up it was kind of cool actually. I got hung up in a tree and I had to kind of turtle mode my way out of there, and I was able to catch it before I hit the ground and to kind of bring it in one piece. But yeah, man, you learned
you ain't crashing, you ain't flying.
yeah, exactly. You ain't ripping, but that'd be the biggest. Try to, like, if you want to get better, go out and try to crash. It sounds weird, but go out there. If your goal is, I need to do something that takes me out, by the time you get to that point, you would have gotten better. You would have learned something, and sometimes you surprise yourself because you'll get away with something you didn't think you were capable of. Something you're afraid of.
That's how I am with the Matty flip. Once
Yeah.
I start Matty flipping, then I'll crash.
Yeah. I usually save Matties for the end of the day because Matties, if you're coming in crashing into your video system, that's usually I'm hitting the O3 really hard or my antenna is really hard, and those usually take a little longer to repair if you're out in the field. But yeah, though it's like I said, you surprise yourself, man. Sometimes I've gotten away with things I was like, I did not think that was going to work out, but it just does. You just got to go.
Have you seen Mamba FPV on Instagram?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Ironsmith just made me think of it, but he's got a video on there where he does this sick dive from like really high up.
Yeah.
And he comes down and he pulls out at the last second, and he forgot that he was standing like right there, and the quad goes shoo, right over his head at like Mach 100.
Yeah.
And you can hear him in the goggles. He's like, whoa, I totally forgot I was standing there.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I'm glad I pulled up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, at the speed he was traveling with that 5-inch, if he had hit himself in the back of the head, it could have been over.
Mm-hmm.
Like over.
Mm-hmm. That's
like
nothing.
He actually like had to stop. He had to stop and like he had to go calm down.
Recompose yourself for sure.
Yeah, because he like almost had like an out of body experience, like where he could have died.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. But go check out Mom FPV. That almost hit yourself. That just made me think of that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I never want to be in that point. But in all seriousness, guys, just be aware of your surroundings. The last thing you want to have is something bad happen. Mm-hmm. That's gonna scar you from the hobby,
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Colin, welcome in.
Another one of my favorites, man.
He said he's seeing in your video description you got your setup on there. He's gonna go copy that. Absolutely, there you go.
I always post my tune. I post my rates with all my videos. So yeah, man. Give it a shot. I do fly lower rates. As far as a freestyle pilot goes, I fly, my rates are on the low end and very linear. I don't run an expo at all. So I think I'm like I'm pitching rolls like 495, and then on the yaw is 488. I like
that low, huh?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it gives. I feel it just gives. I like the linear feels more. Predictable for me. And most of the tricks I do, I realize I don't need it to be any snappier than that. I personally feel like tricks look better when it's done a little slower. Like a juicy flick, the slower you roll out of it, low to the ground is what gives it that extra juice. Eject out of it and just juice it.
Yeah.
I like most tricks or if you're getting kind of bored with your trick set, try slowing them down and doing them lower to the ground. You know, it might introduce something new for your flying. But,
Absolutely.
And I
All
think
right, Fly Zone. We'll see you later, brother.
Take it easy.
Go check out Fly Zone stream as well, guys. Check out Fly Zone drone
All day.
And oh, he said the only thing you didn't list was the headset. That's a DJI goggles too.
The V2 goggles. I need to add that on there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the DJI. I'm gonna start. That's a good notice. I need to add that to my to my description. But yeah, but DJI V2 goggles, not to be confused with the DJI goggles 2.
Okay.
The V2 goggles are older generation. The V2 goggle and the goggles 2 might be the better. It's a preference thing because the goggles 2 are a little smaller in the face. But I noticed the goggles 2 would have a 1080p to be a prettier picture, even compared to what I'm flying. But I think the screens are a little bit smaller. I like the more immersive feel, so I like the huge screens and kind of take blast in my face. And that's not pause. Anyways, but
yeah, I run 600 on pitch and roll, and then 500 on yaw.
Okay, yeah,
and that's what works for me. But I'm seeing a lot of guys, Jabo, 490 to 550, Squints, 495 on pitch and roll, 600 on yaw. Very interesting. I like hearing all this stuff because it's like, oh, maybe I'll go down some and see how that feels,
Yeah. And I know that's one mistake I notice a lot of the new guys. Everybody wants to jump in and they're searching Mr. Steel rates and he's like way over 1,000. It's you're setting yourself up for to fail at that point. It's just, I mean, you can work your way to that, but I find I've yet to be like a trick or anything I want to learn or anything I'm trying to do where I felt like my rates were too slow for. So I feel like my rates are right where it needs to be to achieve, what my flying style. Now, a Spang pilot, if you're interested in the Spang, you might want those faster rates because it's going to help with those real snappy kind of, Spang looks like, somebody's doing a robot. I'm more like if somebody's doing like the wave, type of, that's where like I like my flying to look like.
Yeah. Ken Heron, this would definitely be a question for Charles. Do you know anything about the power hack on the goggles too?
Actually, the goggles too, I don't know about because I feel like the V2. That's where I get confusing with DJI's name. And
I know why would they do that and make it so confusing? It's like no, just call them the goggles 3 or the V3
or a new name. But yeah, I fly the DJI V2 goggles. The goggles 2 are the newer version. I couldn't give you a straight answer on that. Maybe somebody I know Blackbeard. I don't know if he's in here, but Squints can probably ask him about he has more experience with those.
Yeah, if anybody knows in the chat, please post it down in the live chat. Yeah, thank you so much, Rick James, and congrats again, man, for winning.
Thank definitely, always, man. He's always showing my page a lot of love, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Always, let's see. NVS FPV, welcome in.
Hey, NVS, my guy. What's up?
Almac runs 980 all the way down, almost no expo. Wow, really? Yeah, and Almac's a ripper, man. I saw some nice freestyle over there. He'd be ripping up that baseball field.
That's fast.
Squint said there's the FCC hack on the goggles too. All right, Ken. This looks like Squint says there is a hack. So maybe you guys could steer Ken in the right direction as to maybe drop a link or something to where he could get a tutorial on that. Or maybe just type in FCC hack goggles DJI goggles 2 to see what that comes up with. I love seeing everybody's rates in the comments, man. I love this. Everybody's posting them.
And that's what's awesome.
Them all FPV, down to 600. Yep, there you go. Yeah, give that a try. See. Let me know how you like it. When I first started, I just ran with the Betaflight stock rates, which when I started, I think they were right up to like 1,000.
Yeah.
And the quad just felt so it just felt so fast and zippy, and I I felt way more comfortable when I lowered those rates down, for me in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like the quad was moving faster than my brain thought it would.
Yeah.
When I had the higher rates.
Yeah, that was my same experience too. I had to lower. I was just like every time I would lower my rates, I felt more in control until I found that little sweet spot for me.
Okay. Looks like we're getting some questions answered here, which is the goal of the Q&A, so this is great. Oh, Almac says you can't do the power hack on the G2.
You can't?
He says you can't.
Uh-oh.
Squint says where you can unlock the channel and bit rate. See, I don't know anything about. Okay, the FCC hack is just for Europe to have the USA power output.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm learning something too, because I typically don't do much with DJI just because I fly HD0.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I mess with DJI is when my buddy Seth needs a hand because he's got the DJI V2 goggles. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's about as much as I know is how to flash them and get them all set up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm catching up on the chat here. Yeah, oh no, don't feel bad about that. I did the same thing. When I first started, I ran with whatever Betaflight's default rates were.
Man, 1500.
And then through the years, I started
wild.
messing and trying, and I started going down. And, you know, when I first got into the hobby, there was a big buzz around, you know, the higher the rates, the better. You know, that's kind of when I got into the hobby, that was the big thing. Oh, if you want to fly like, you know, so-and-so, you need to have your rates like way up here, man. Like fly like 2,000, you know? And it's just not accurate.
Plus, the one thing to consider too is that, you know, if you have those really high rates, that's going to be really tough on your PIDs. You know what you're trying to command the quad to do. And so as far as, I mean, I feel like 2,000 rates, you know, tuning your quad to be difficult because to get those for the quad to be able to flip at those rates and keep up with what you're trying to get it to do, it'd have to be a really tight tune. My lower rates, I have some wiggle room because I'm generally not asking the quad to do anything too crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's all going to be based on how it feels to you as a pilot as well, you know. So, you know, my rates might not feel good to someone else, and someone else's rates might not feel good to me. It's just what feels good to you when the quad moves, when you move the sticks. Does your brain, does that make sense? Does it feel right, or does it feel like it moved way faster than I thought it would, or it moved way slower than I thought it would? You know, and you just gotta dial that in for your preference. You know, what do you like?
Mm-hmm.
What are you running for camera angle now? Because you said you kept cranking up. I know Phantom says he runs like, oh god, I think he says he runs like 50 degrees or something.
No, I'm probably floating between like 25 to 35 degrees, depending on the situation. Some for drift, I actually have to bring it down. When I'm really cranked up, you know, my drone always wants to fly past the drift cars and whatnot. So I kind of stay around that 25 degree when I'm chasing drift. Then I'll crank it up higher if I'm doing some freestyle though. Another thing with, you know, the high up tilt is of course going to give you naturally just faster flying, but it does make a lot of like power loops or a little easier. You can kind of see more of the loop as you're going through them. So doing proximity loops, even trippy spins are easier with like higher up tilt. So there's a outside of just going faster, there's an you know, upside to going with the higher up tilt. It does take some getting used to because even when you're taking off from the ground, you're already pointing at the sky. So. And that goes back to what I mentioned about when you're learning tricks, always keep in mind the orientation of the quad in the air. You know, when you're in forward flight, the quad is pitched forward, you know. And I feel like a lot of people forget that and don't factor that in when they're setting up tricks.
Yeah, I typically like the 20 to 25 degrees for me personally for freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
For chasing, I thought that I like to have like 30-35, but actually I changed tunes on that because while yes, I was able to catch up with them a little bit better. The downside of that is when you want to roll around them and go backwards. Well, now you're pitched too far. Yeah, you're looking up too much. So a couple guys that do the drifting had told me, hey, try a lower camera angle with the drifting. So then I went down to 25 on that, and that seemed to be a lot better for like getting around the car and then like flying backwards and still keeping them in shot, and not looking too far up.
And that's been my personal experience as well. That 25 seems to be the sweet spot for me when it comes to chasing.
Absolutely. Walkie Talkie is an AI robot.
Walkie, man. That's another kid. I mean, it's not posting enough, man. If you've never seen Walkie fly, I've had the luck of seeing it in person, and it's
I've not seen him. I've not even heard of him. Let's go check him out.
Yeah, Walkie. He doesn't post as much as he should, but I mean
Let's
that
go see.
Kid is.
I'll go ahead and pull up something. Walkie Talkie FPV. Definitely a catchy name. I might have spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying. Squints could probably help us out. How does Squints? You got Walkie's page?
Yeah, for some reason it's not pulling up. No, I want to see.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not coming up. Let me try something different.
Yeah, WALKEY.
Oh, KEY. KEY. Is it all one word? Maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. Let me try. Well, there's Squints. He says, I see Squints on here when I typed it in. He says, workflow with Mike Duran, Doom Rider, and Walkie Talkie. Let me see if he linked Walkie's channel. See, maybe Walkie said something. No, nothing in the... Man, now I want to see it.
And another thing crazy with Walkie, he flies with like 0 up tilt.
Really?
Sometimes, like he'll land and it almost looks like negative up tilt, like the camera's pouting, looks sad. And I mean, but he's flying faster than all of us out there. His whole setup. He'll show up with a quad with 4 different motors on it. It's just like it looks like it's barely holding together, but I mean, outrip everybody there.
That's just so weird that nothing's pulling him up.
Let me see.
I've typed it in like every kind of way I can think to spell it. I've used spaces.
Might not even have. So I've seen this stuff on Instagram. He might not even have like I say, he doesn't post as much as he should. He might not even have a YouTube.
Maybe he doesn't have YouTube. Maybe he's just on Instagram. Okay. Oh, he doesn't post to YouTube. Okay, that's why I can't find him then.
Yeah, he's on.
I gotcha. Well, I will search. I will do a search for him on Instagram this week and definitely check him out. That sounds like definitely somebody I want to definitely be following and checking out what they got going on.
I got to shout out Team Drone Adventures, of course, too. Envious in the house, representing, holding it down for Team Drone Adventures. We need another event, man. We need something else going on at the barbecue bando, man. It's been too long.
How much would it cost to replicate Juicy's setup? Ooh. Ooh. Get your wallet ready.
Yeah, Bill's not too bad. Well, now the quad itself, let's see. I guess the most expensive component now is the DJI 03 Air unit. I think that's like $230. The motors, I mean, this now the motors you could get $15 to $20 a piece, depending on which. Because I have like my budget, my Veluxes, which I love. Those V3 Veluxes, 2306, man, those things are buttery smooth. Haven't taken many hard hits on them yet, so I haven't had much durability tests on them. But as far as how they fly, man, I'm digging them, and I got those like $13-14 a piece.
Nice.
Yeah, they're holding up. I mean, they just feel really nice. So where did I put this? Around like $300 some bucks, and then frame. I fly in the Quad Mula, and I can send you on my page. You see the affiliate link if you want to hook a brother up with one of those. But you get a frame for around $75, shipped to your door in usually about a week, even though it's coming from China. And then what else are we missing? The stack now, fly FetTech. You get a FetTech G4, what are like $50-$60 now. ESC, I like the Foxeer Reaper. That's even the 20x21 is a nice oversized ESC with nice size MOSFETs. I've had good luck with those. And it worked fine with FetTech. So that 128K PWM limit. So yeah, I'm running the Foxeer Reaper and a couple of my quads. On my daily driver, actually, though, I do have the FetTech ESC to 35 amp, which has been holding up fine. But mind you, on that quad, I'm running 1700 kV motors, so it's not crazy output going through that ESC. It's probably why it's holding up so well. But and then, I mean, I think that's about it for the whole build. What am I missing? You got video. Oh, and then the receiver, Crossfire. So what does that put us? Around $600 or so for the quad. Now, I fly the V2 goggles. Those are around $400 now, brand new. But you get in the used market. My buddy actually just bought one today, used for $300. Shout out Tinga FPV for hooking him up. And then let's see, the Radio Master Boxer. I have 2 Boxer radios now. The standard ones, I think it's $139. This one's a little bit more if you want the Radio Master Max. I do believe in having a backup radio. Like my trips, I don't travel with that radio. I travel with my backup radio just in case. You just never know what could happen when you're traveling. And
Excellent, man.
Yeah, that's like so Radio Master Boxer, I think it's $130, and then packs. You got to buy packs, and that's where you're gonna keep spending. Everything else is kind of like short of me destroying something in my carbon. I don't have to worry about replacing this. That's that buy once, cry once. My goggles, I'm good on. Video system, I'm happy with. My radio, I'm really happy with. But packs, man, I go through packs like crazy. I like the Tattoo R lines, just because of the form factor. Usually a 1300 mAh Tattoo R line. The V4 or better is much smaller than what most of it, from my personal experience, what most other companies offer. It's usually a size and weight thing when I'm picking packs, because I've destroyed packs from every brand you can imagine. I've yet to find one that can handle the abuse I put them through.
Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, the flying that you do, we know that the gear you're using is definitely going to have to be reliable. Well, thank you guys for posting all the info for Walkie Talkie in the live chat. Definitely make sure you check it out. For some reason, I can't click on the links right now on my end, so it would have to be shared, I think, like in the private chat, which only Charles can do.
What now? Oh,
yeah, we have a private chat where I could get a link, but when I go to click on the video here, it's not going to do it unless I might be able to do it on my phone, and then it'll be in my history, and then I can bring it up. We'll try that, because I would like to see the walkie-talkie. It's just every time I type in walkie-talkie, it gives me just like a gazillion like walkie-talkie videos, and it's just like no.
okay. I think Quint sent this to me. Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna forward this to.
Yeah, you see where it says private chat? If you could send me over that link, or if not, I might be able to do it now. Over that link. Sorry for the echo there.
Hold on, let me try this again.
I'm going to click on the link now. All right, cool. I'm watching it now, so it will be.
Yeah.
That's at the Barbecue Bando. Okay,
yeah.
Excellent.
You got it, yeah.
All right, so I've got it now in my history. So now, when I go back to YouTube, it should be in my history. So I can click on it, and we can watch it now. See, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yes. All right, history. Here we go. All right, I got it, guys. Give me just 1 second. Let me see here. It doesn't look like there's. Well, you know what? Ken uses all copyright-free music anyway, so we'll share the audio. Okay. He uses the Epidemic Sounds, I think. All right. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to get this pulled up so we can actually watch it together. And let me make sure the settings aren't cranked up super high so we have a smooth playback. Give me 1 second, guys. We're going to share audio. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh! Someone got nailed.
So this is Walkie Talkie FPV.
Why are you so weird?
And this is Nicholas.
I don't know.
And
There's
this is
murders.
the they're going to use. Now, you're not familiar with the controller, right?
No, not at all.
We're good, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, what a ripper. Holy cow.
I mean, you should see him with a 5-inch, man. It's scary stuff, man.
At least it's a smaller one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Wow, what a ripper.
Hello.
Now, is this in California?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Nah, this barbecue bando
get the flag.
event.
don't
it's like
hit
South
me like
Georgia,
hit the
in
flag.
Georgia.
Oh, it's in Georgia.
Yep, Team Drone Adventures, man. It's fun. You got to make it out to one of the events, man.
Man, I would love to.
to.
Yeah, I would love to come to this,
schedule,
man.
man.
In Georgia, that's probably not a bad flight whatsoever.
Oh, it's a huge spot too. I mean, Squints. I mean, if you want to see a nice pack there, Squints has a nice one pack at this location. I think it was from this event. Squints, if you want to share the link to that, I know you had a
right here.
nice one pack here, but
All right,
I
I'm
mean,
out,
the
I'm
spot
out.
huge, a lot of fun.
Ah, man, that looked like a blast. Heck
Team
yeah.
Drone Adventures, we know how to party.
Yeah, I would love to get out to this.
Awesome. Don't try this at home,
Rusty
right?
said this is probably the
that was
chillest
a bad
flight
idea.
you've seen
That wasn't a bad idea.
of Walkie. Yeah.
It's all fun and games
This is Walkie taking it easy.
until the drone police show up. You guys
The
got
barbecue
your remote ID?
bando. Excellent, man. I have to look into seeing if I can't go to that as well.
Oh, you have to, man. It's a fun
Because there's like 2 events that I haven't.
Coolest
Well,
accent
one event I haven't been to. The
at the
Castle
event.
Crash. I'm definitely going to that.
I mean, no, you got the Canadians.
Right, it's your Canadian accent that I like so much. What do you got in your goodie bag?
This is the new prototype duffel bag
Uh-huh.
for freestylers and
Oh,
racers.
Oh, that's so nice.
You got some Coke because, you know, Colombians and Coke.
He said it. He can say that.
I can say
Barbecue
that.
bando is
Yeah,
like
you're the
an hour and a
frequency
half.
boss.
Oh, excellent.
What do you call
Okay.
yourself?
Blind guy
Flying guy.
running the tag tent
All right.
because we do dog tags for our.
The tag tent.
Rusty
You know, the
is my
tag tent
favorite
was something
one to do.
different when I was in high school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Hey, who are you?
I'm John.
Hey, John. Hi. Who are you?
Jerry, the what?
Hey, Jerry. Have we met?
No.
I'm Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Have we met?
No.
Hi, I'm Ken. Have we met?
Now we have.
There you go. That's what you're supposed to say.
That's
Look
a
who it
great. That's
is.
the best way
going
to
on,
meet
gang?
How
somebody.
are you doing?
Is put the camera right in their
people that
face.
don't know you,
First
tell them who
first
you are.
thing.
I am Squints FPV, aka Adam Praise, depending on which social media platform you're on.
You are posting all the time on Instagram, and I love your clips.
All the time, appreciate it.
Yeah. Now most of the stuff we see is in Atlanta, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, north Atlanta.
Man, it's just amazing what you can do. It's very
Oh,
impressive.
look at that
I'll
spot
never
right
get
there. Oh God, I would
Every-
love to rip that.
Everybody has different styles of flying.
Yeah.
I think I'm more swoopy than tricky. And I
Whatever
think
makes you happy.
that's right. That's what, you know what? I always say FPV is like karaoke. It's still fun even if you suck at it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I've seen
true.
a lot of great facial hair here today.
That was actually the
Would it be too forward of me to ask to touch your beard?
that was actually the title of one of my videos.
May I?
Yes.
I suck at FPV, but
Oh,
it's
that
still
is
fun.
that is.
I just
That is
texted you a
delightful.
link to Squints' video.
It's more
Check
fluffy
that
than I
out.
thought it
Yeah,
would be.
we'll check
Thank
that
you,
out.
sir.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
We'll go check that out real quick.
yeah, I mean, it gives you a nice idea of the layout, and it's just, I mean, the color's nice. Of course, he's ripping.
Oh yeah. Let me check that out. Let me click on that and get that in my history here. Yeah, I kept thinking that there was another event that I would love to get to, and it must be this one.
Oh yeah.
It definitely must be this one. All right. Now that I have that in my history, let me pull that one up, and we'll check that out. In Georgia, yeah, that's not that far. For sure, man. Not that far at all. The Barbecue Bando. Yeah, I'm definitely 100% going to Castle Crash next year. That is like I said, bucket list goal of mine. I wanted to go this past year, but it just worked out that we had camping plans already that I just couldn't get out of those. Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
you'd love the Barbecue Bando event, man. It really was a blast.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
Looked like a ton of fun. Yeah. All right. Getting it pulled up now. Okay. And I will share tab here. I'm not going to share the audio on this one because I do believe it's copyrighted. So let me get this pulled up here. All right. Coming in just a second. Yeah, I appreciate it. This has been a great stream. I've had a lot of fun.
I'm enjoying it.
And
We've been on a while too, huh?
yeah, we've been going a while, but I like it because we've been able to get some questions answered in the chat, which I love that. I love being able to help people when they have questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really a passion of mine, is helping people. All right, here we go. Over Squints FPV's channel. Make sure you check him out. Yeah, I did, brother. I muted it just for copyright reasons. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've definitely seen this place before from someone who posted it. It may have been Squints. Or you, Charles, you've been here as well?
Yeah, yep.
It maybe I saw it on your channel as well, but man, what a spot.
Yeah, just gaps and holes and everything.
For days. Wow. Yeah, that could definitely be a goal of mine to get over here as well. Let me see how far away a drive it is. I would prefer to drive if possible, but now what's the
Oh wait,
he's here for the Philly.
That
You
was
here for the hoagie?
that was fun.
Ken's here for the hoagie. The hoagie. So what's now where in Georgia?
Vienna, it's like South Georgia. You just pretty much
Vienna?
hop on 75 South and
Oh, there we
drive
go. Vienna, Georgia. Let's see what we have here. From home. Yeah, it's a little bit probably too much of a drive for me, so I would just fly it.
Yeah. Oh,
It's about 13 hours drive for me.
And TDA, we're gonna have 3 events next year. Envious just mentioned, so that's exciting.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna get a couple opportunities to hit this Barbecue Bando.
Oh my gosh, that looks like a blast. Yeah, 13-hour drive. I would just fly it.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I could bring all I could bring all my stuff on the plane, so that's no issue. I flew out to Minefield with everything, so yeah, man. Now when is this, in the summer?
Yeah, but the last one was during the summer. But like Envious just mentioned, we're gonna have 3 events next year, so that's something definitely to look forward to. And this is just one side of it. here we had like 3 different flight lines. This is just one of the flight lines. I mean, it's much bigger than what you're even seeing here. There's the other end. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to break your quad here. A lot of stuff you get crazy with here.
He must have flown this, I guess, when no one was here.
No, Squints is just that type of ripper, man. First pack will look like this anywhere.
No, but I mean, I don't see like any people.
Oh no. Oh yeah, this was I think this was one of our when we did have a before we set up the event that like where we were trying it out, I guess.
Oh
so
yeah,
we had a smaller group at that point that day.
Absolutely. Plenty of opportunities to break. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Well, I got 4 of them to break, so
yeah, that was clean.
Break them on. I haven't broke any in a while, so it's going to be about time.
Mm-hmm. So many
the last thing I toasted was a motor. I always kill motors. That's the first thing I kill.
Yep. I gotta go through.
Okay, it was like, let's say 3 or 4 of them up there. All right, excellent, man. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Oops, my volume back up.
What was really cool
for sure, brother. Hey, if you want to plan a trip, man, and come fly out with me, we'll make it happen, man. We'll just put the plan in motion. Yeah, let me know.
What's really cool, the night flying, they had LEDs set up, and all the LEDs were responding to sound. So as you're flying through, you can see like the colors changing, quads flying everywhere, smacking into things. We had all the LED quads out there. I mean, and like Envious mentioned, it's pretty much like a 24-hour spot. So if you want to get like some late night rip until 2-3 o'clock in the morning, go off to go to that flight line. I'm telling you, barbecue bando event is going to be a big deal when more people find out about it.
Man, you got me pumped, man. You got me pumped to want to get out there. That looks like a blast, too.
You need to.
Heck yeah. What's up, Fly High FPV in the house? I know Dave's been out there for sure. Oh yeah. Oh, I just love being able to travel and get to different events, and see everybody and experience all the get-togethers, man. That to me, that is one of the most awesome things to me for FPV is the meetups. I love the meetups, man. It makes the hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know Brandon Alpha or Chris Schaefer? Chris Schaefer sounds familiar, but I can't say for 100%. Definitely come back to the barbecue bando. Yeah, I'm hoping to go as well. I have to see if it's in the cards for this year. I hope it is. But I definitely have the Castle Crash is definitely on my list. Definitely. He said, "Isn't it dab time, Dave?" Yeah, I'd say so.
And more
Get a gel blaster, yeah. Oh, they live up in Philly. Okay, I may have run into him like at the Philly bando. I may have definitely ran into them there. Yep. I probably, what's funny is, I probably would know like their FPV handle name if you told me that, versus like their actual name. Like if you were like, oh yeah, do you know such and such FPV? I'd probably, yeah. But if you tell me like their name, like their actual physical name, I'd probably be like, I don't think I know them. Isn't that funny?
Yes.
Yeah, it's dab time. Yeah, that place looks sweet, man. Well, guys, I have kept Charles here long enough. We have had one heck of a stream, but this man, it needs to get some rest.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and call it. But man, I've had an awesome time chatting with you, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. I know we've been planning this for a couple months now, but thanks for considering it, brother. I appreciate it. Sincerely.
Anytime, man. I'd love to have you back at some point as well. I tell all my special guests, definitely always opportunity to come back and hang out again.
Heck yeah, we'll
do guys, make sure while you're still here, go down in the video description, check out DaJuiceManFPV's channel. Definitely give him a subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. I'd appreciate if you could show the love over this way as well. Check out, subscribe. And, yeah, there's more live streams to come, more content as well. And Charles has got some content coming up as well.
Yep.
You're not going to want to miss out. I just want to see the flying monkeys. I want to see the monkeys.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
There's been some interesting stuff. I got chased by a dog. My quad was this dog just like, you don't belong here, get out of here. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff happened out there in Indonesia. I still got to work through it, and a lot of vlog stuff. We'll see what it comes out to be.
We can't wait, man. We can't wait. Keep up the excellent flying, man. Love your positivity, man. It's contagious, man. Every time I see you, every time I saw you at the event, you know, there was at least 3 to 5 people around you just loving that positivity, man.
Yeah, man.
You're a great person, an excellent pilot, and we love to have you. And Ken Heron says he'll be in Breezewood, PA, December 27th.
That's gonna be fun too. I'm looking forward to that, Ken. Yeah, that's exciting.
Now, what's that? Is that an event?
I don't know if not really. I don't know if I can speak on it. I don't know how much Ken is sharing yet, but it's gonna be cool. That's all I know.
Man, excellent. That's not too far. That's not too far. Probably not too far from me. So definitely be checking that out. Hit me up with the deets. Ken, you got my number, so feel free to text me whatever you can about that. And I'd love to be able to get out there to hang with you guys. Hey, Captain Colin, thank you so much for a $10 super sticker. Guys, making it rain.
Team Drone Adventures, man, in the house, man, showing love. The family. Big shout out to Team Drone Adventures. But you do, man, you got to promise you're going to make it to a barbecue bando event. You won't regret it.
Man, after hearing everything and seeing everything, like I'm like ready to start getting that planned out and getting that on the list, man. When will we hear the details about like the dates and the times and everything?
Envious, I'm sure Envious will get us up to date here soon.
Well, do me a favor, Charles. As soon as you know, hit me up. Let me know what the dates are, and then I will try to get that ironed out in my schedule for sure.
We'll do for sure. I got you.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. Greatly appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, and get some much needed rest, man. Get yourself back on the regular time zone.
Yeah. Still working on it, but I think maybe I'll get some sleep tonight. We'll see.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. Y'all take care.
Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Later. All right, guys, give him a hand. My man Charles, the Juice Man FPV. Guys, thank you all so much for the love and support tonight, man. I greatly appreciate it. You know, it's because of guys, you guys, I'm able to keep doing this and just be able to communicate with you guys here on the platform and hang out with you. Really is a lot of fun. I always have fun on these streams. And thank you so much for all the support tonight as well, man. We were able to get some questions answered and help out in the chat, which I love that, man. I love being able to help people out and do the giveaways as well, giving back. So congratulations to the winners. Definitely excited for that. And yeah, now I'm all excited about the barbecue bando. So I'm gonna have to add that to my to-do list for sure. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can't make that happen, man. Getting to these meetups is really important to me. So we will definitely try to make that happen. Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Absolutely. And welcome to the hobby. Welcome to the rabbit hole. But yeah, check out my channel. I've got some info as well on some builds and stuff like that. If you want to build a quadcopter, I've got playlists on the channel showing you how to build and set up and everything. They're a little bit dated, but the information's still relevant. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening and a great week ahead. More content to come, so stay tuned. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. edrone out.
I'm more than an honorable mention. When I do it, I swing for the fences. You gon' show me your fucking potential. Separate me from those who pretended. Tell me who do y'all blame now? When I show them that we not the same now. And you know we bout to go up. Every time, every touchdown. I got my foot on the pedal. Get your weight up, 'cause I'm heavy metal. We come alive.